Hello. Hello everybody, and I honestly didn't know what just happened there. It just paused and then it went to the intro. But hey everybody, and welcome to another Wednesday Night Fever movie stream with me, Playtendoguy, that guy over there, that Let's Get Kicking guy, Ryan, as well as Andy from Forgotten World of Movies. And today we're joined by two guests. We have the brilliant AP Stevens.
Hey Pete,
and
nice to be here.
Nice to meet you too. And the brilliant Joe from GeekyhiJynx. Hey Joe,
hey,
thanks
everyone.
for joining.
Thanks for having me on.
Yeah. So, what have we all been up to today? Do you want to start off, Brian?
Well, today I've had a remarkable experience of having the whole screening room to myself. Yes.
Ooh.
And I went to see last night in Soho. Pretty rare to go see and watch now because there's less showings to go see at the cinema. It's absolutely great. So I was lucky I've got that opportunity to go see that today. Absolutely brilliant. Like what it does, I think it mixes between like Hitchcock and I will also say Kubrick as well. Because due to like the paranoia, like kind of, like what's happening to that last, and it just I'll tell you something. It brings an absolute masterpiece in modern horror. I think it's like in my opinion, I think it's the best horror film that we'll probably got this year.
Whoa, that's high praise. I really want to see it, but none of the cinemas near me have got it.
I found it really hard as well, to be honest. I had to travel half an hour further by car just to see it because the two down the road for me just were showing at like 10:30 in the morning, one showing, and that was it. So yeah, crazy.
Yeah, I was lucky that I've got to see it at 2:00 this afternoon, so that was like pretty good, and that was like the only showing for that today. It's absolutely ridiculous.
Cool. What about you, AP? What have you been up to today?
So I've been having a bit of chill out today. I'm off this week from work, so I've been watching a movie. I watched Kill Bill for the first time today, and it was okay. It wasn't too bad. But, I'm gonna give the second one a try. And it's one Tarantino movie I missed at the time, and I do like Pulp Fiction and a few other of his movies, but Kill Bill, just I don't think it's his best film. But it's okay. Worth seeing the sequel anyway. Worth seeing Chapter 2.
Yeah,
absolutely amazing.
I've only seen one of them, but I haven't. Do you want to go first, Brian?
Yeah, I was going to ask him, which one was that?
Which movie? It was the first one.
No, I'm talking about the piece.
Oh, I don't know which one I watched of Kill Bill. I watched one of them.
That's the
but I've never seen any of his other films, even though I've got more in the collection nearly.
Yeah, I was watching your video, Pete, about that, saying you done a video, didn't you, this past week, talking about what Pulp Fiction you've not seen, and
never seen
Dogs.
it. Nope,
I've
never seen that.
Death Proof. Death Proof's the only one I haven't seen. Quentin Tarantino.
Yeah. I think that's one of the ones a lot of people don't talk about much, is it? Death Proof.
Yeah, that's the one I haven't seen.
When was that released? Was that an early one?
That was about 2007. Because I was in Cabos when it was shown illegally in a restaurant I went to go and eat in. That's how I remember that one. Because 300 came out the same year, didn't it? And then in Core Food, like everywhere you go, you can just hear it behind the bar. Ooh, because everyone in Greece loved that movie.
Cool. So what have you been up to today, Andy?
I've just been working from home. But last film I watched before, I've been on a bit of a Pixar kick The last one I watched was Ratatouille.
Ooh, good film.
One of those films that makes you hungry. I just love it. I think it's so good. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think that came out in 2007 as well, didn't it?
Yeah, I think it did, yeah.
Yeah, I can remember that when that first came out. Ooh. And what have you been up to today, Joe?
Well, now you mention generally I've just been working all day. I'm out at 7, came back 8, did a bit of video editing. I've got my Prisoners of the Ghostland film review coming out on Friday, the one with Nicolas Cage.
Oh yeah,
coming out on Shudder on Friday. So watched it the other day, reviewed it. It's so that's gonna come out Friday. Watched a Spider-Man trailer literally before this, and yeah, so literally not too much, and just and also looking out for new animes to watch down the line because yeah, because I know Demon Slayer starts in what, like 21 days, is it, or less than 21, 17 days now?
I think so. Is that season 2? Is it?
Yeah, season 2. I just finished Jujutsu Kaisen the other day, which I love, and yeah, just sliding up some more animes to watch, to be honest. So that's pretty much been me today.
Cool. As for me, went out, had a coffee as I normally do, and I come home and I watched No Time to Die, and I didn't mind it. I thought it was all right. I thought the film was a little bit too long, and I wasn't really keen on the villain, but I think it's better than Quantum of Solace and better than Spectre, right in the middle of the Craig films for me. But yeah, let's get on to the comments. Haven't you seen it yet?
No, it's one I missed out with the cinemas. Is it on? Is it digital now? Is it or?
Yeah, it's available on digital.
Yeah.
Was it like 45 days now, isn't it, at the moment? It's like they're coming out super quick, the movies.
Yeah, it's coming out on Blu-ray just before Christmas as well. It's amazing how quick the films are turning over onto physical. Have you seen it, Andy? What are your thoughts on No Time to Die?
Yeah, it was. I still haven't made my mind up about it, really, if I'm honest. I'm still very middle of the road with it. I definitely think I need to watch it again. But it's not a horribly made movie at all. But I just don't think it was for me. I just think there were things I liked about it and things I didn't. One of them.
Yeah, totally the same. What about you, Ryan? You've seen it, haven't you? What are your thoughts on it?
In my opinion, I would say it's better than Spectre that came out years ago. It's a big step up, like what you got from that. I like that Daniel Craig more lightness to his character. I thought his partake in this one is much better. It's like he made it funny. He made it like what you saw from the Sean Connery films, like, you know, between like Roger Moore, and like I like that. But like the thing what really got is that I just thought was bad. I would say it would be the length of the film. I think that film could easily be in like 2 hours. Like 2 hours
I agree.
to the 10 minutes, because it would have been much better. And I would also say that Rami Malek is not a really good Bond villain. He didn't really do well. So I think if they took him out and changed it to someone else that could have easily played that character, I think it could have been more, you know, promising, you know. But I just felt like he just wasn't fit to be a Bond villain. Like, see with me, because I normally see him as Freddie Mercury in Bohemian Rhapsody. Like that's the thing, and that's what really took away from it. That it's mostly like, I would say, an annoying little shit. That's what I'm gonna say. He just doesn't know what his character wants to be, and I just think his acting in the movie is basically the baddest that he's did, because he can actually do more better acting, like more upbeat stuff, than trying to go a bit dark. I just felt it just didn't really fit in. So yeah, that's the only downside of it.
Yeah.
So,
I agree with you there. I think he was probably the worst part of the film. To be honest, I was half expecting him to start singing a Queen song because I just kept thinking of Freddie Mercury. So have you seen it, Joe? No Time to Die.
You know what? I've kind of dropped off James Bond since Skyfall. From honesty, yeah. Like, I thought Casino Royale was amazing. I think it's one of the best Bond films made. I love GoldenEye just because nostalgia. Got on an N64. Love Doctor No, Goldfinger. You know, the old school ones. Watched them all. Like, everyone goes to that stage of a James Bond like film. They watch all of them back to back in one go until they run out. And I think, I don't know, like Casino Royale started out really strong, should I say? And then got to what was the second one called then? Quantum of Solace. That wasn't too bad. It had some good action sequences, but it's forgettable. Like, I can't remember one action sequence from that film apart from him falling through the glass roof twice at the very end of the film. Skyfall, I thought, was a nice way to end like his trilogy. Like, it would have been a great trilogy, those three films, had it ended there. And the second one, it just didn't appeal to me. I saw the trailer, it didn't pull me in like the other ones. And then with No Time to Die, I will see it because it's his last one. But like, I'll see it when it comes out on Netflix or Amazon Prime or whatever. I'm not dying to see it.
Yeah.
Have you heard about who's rumored to be who put the hat in the running for it today?
Oh, The Rock.
Yeah. How cool would that be? That would be awesome.
It'd certainly be interesting.
Yeah.
He'll talk to a villain and be
that movie.
He will see a villain and he'll be like, "What's your name?" And you'll be like, "I am Blood." It doesn't matter what your name is.
It would be weird just a gun barrel sequence alone.
You're right there, Andy. So yeah. Well, let's get on to the comments. We have a few, and first up we have no, we don't have StreamYard.
He does this all the time. He did it last time. He pressed StreamYard by mistake, and it's like, well, why you press StreamYard for? It's like, what the hell? Right,
I'm very professional. That was just a one-off. Even though I did it last time.
He says he's professional, right? But once he goes on one of my live streams, he's actually not sweet and innocent. So you basically.
I'm always sweet and innocent, Ryan.
No, you're not. You're not. Like, seriously, right? Once you go on a watershed, right? His profanity goes into more dark tones.
So do you need a swear button?
Yes.
Moving on. Oh, right. First up, we have Stand in Silence. Peter here. He says amazing for some reason, but thanks for watching, Peter.
We'll take it.
We do have Edward Kopic here, and he says, evening all. Hope you are all well. What's your thoughts on the new Spider-Man No Way Home trailer, and do you think Andrew and Toby will be in it? So who wants to start off first? Shall we go with Ryan first, and then go from AP to Andy to Joe, and then me?
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to say they can have my money, because I was literally sold. The character designs, on the costumes and everything, look absolutely stunning. I'm glad that Electro finally got his recreation, what he should have got, because him being blue, it just didn't work. Because I can literally slash Amazing Spider-Man to pieces because it's shit. But I think it looks more nicer. It's introducing a new, to the Sinister Six, and I'm hoping it does go well. Seeing all the locations, where it is, I can tell it's going to be fully set in New York, which is, I'm looking forward to see how it goes, and hoping that Tom Holland in the movie is going to have a more standalone take, because ever since from 1 to 2, he always has that Tony Stark kind of thing, a mentor like Mr. Miyagi, that kind of stuff. I think it's time for him to take on the role for himself for a change, because I'm hoping to do that we might actually get a decent Spider-Man film. I think without the mentor. I think he just doesn't need it now. So yeah.
Do you want to say, AP, what you think of it?
Yeah, you know what? I was like everyone was like waiting before. Well, I watched it this morning. I didn't stay up. I thought there's no chance I'm staying up for that one. Well, I watched it this morning, and kind of like everyone else, expecting Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield to feature, and I was like really excited, but we didn't get him in the end. But then, do you know what I felt like at the end of it? I was like, you know what? I think it's quite good now that we're going into that cinema experience in December and not really knowing. I know they're heavily rumored to be in it, and they probably most likely will be in it, but it's just exciting that we're going to get a bit of a surprise, which we don't get that often in films nowadays, because every film's kind of like just like spoiled in the trailers most of the time, isn't it? It's
exactly.
It's going to be nice, and it was cool. And I still felt like the offered us enough in that trailer. They give us like, oh, look at all the villains, and it was enough to go, wow, this is something I want to see in December. So I thought it was really cool. Really liked it.
That's great. What about you, Andy?
Yeah, I'm absolutely pumped and buzzing to see it. Can't wait. I think it's just going to be amazing. I absolutely think Andrew and Toby are going to be in it. I think if they are in it, it's been one of the worst secrets in Hollywood, I think. Yeah, I definitely think they're going to be in it. How good did Electro look? Just absolutely fantastic. And yeah, I can't wait now. It's got my money already, I think. Yeah. Just can't wait.
And what about you, Joe?
I'm kind of middle of the road with this one.
Okay.
Spider-Man is my favorite hero of all time, and there would be times where I'd go back in the day. Spider-Man 2 come out, I see Empire magazine with the like front cover of Spider-Man. I'd buy it. Yeah, I don't need it, but I was that much of a fan. I wanted everything. I wanted to see everything about it. This one, I think they showed too much of the villains. Like when they showed Octavius locked inside that like glass container, we didn't need to see that because then now we know he loses in some capacity, because that was kind of ruined for me. So it's like I'm glad they showed the villain designs. Then like you have to remember it's like 2 minutes of a trailer, so like there's gonna be tons more in there. But I wish they showed a little bit more story as to, because I was kind of confused with the story, because like was it the way I like interpreted it was that because of him ruining the spell, there was cracks appearing, but that was the Spider-Verse, and then the villains were coming into his world, or was he going into theirs, or was it a mixture of both? Do you know what I mean? And Doctor Strange was trying to shut down those universes because otherwise something might collapse. So it's like, so what's it called? Tom Holland's Spider-Man was trying to stop that from happening because each universe deserves a chance to live, I suppose. That's what I got from it. But it looks good. Like you said, Electro suits so much better because I'm used to the green and the yellow. You know what I mean? Back in that.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
And the Spider-Man games. Yeah, much better. They could, like, you never know, Deadpool could appear in this. That'd be hilarious. Like they have so many cameos. Like Venom could appear in this. I think what they're doing is a bait and switch, just showing us the villains to keep us focused away from what might be happening. And I think Tom Holland, Tobey Maguire and Garfield will be in this, but it's two ways it's going to go. It's not going to be as much as people want, or it's not going to go the way people want. So no one's going to really be happy, I think, no matter what they get. I think, and I think a lot of people's nostalgia has taken over. Like me, I'm excited for this film because I want to see Maguire again and Dr. Octavius and all of those characters, because that's my Spider-Man. So I think my nostalgia hype is overtaking this film. And like Ryan was saying, that he hopes it's more of a Holland-centric story instead of being spread out to everyone, because it might get too lost. He might get lost in his own movie a little bit. So yeah, I know what he means by that.
Yeah, totally agree. I watched it about 3 times already, and it looks great. It looks fantastic. But again, like what you said, Joe, the story, it doesn't really showcase much of the story, and you don't really know where it's going to go. Obviously, I think that's done on purpose so that it surprises you, especially with like Andrew and Toby. I'm going to gather they're going to be in it. It is the worst kept secret in Hollywood, I think. But I do like how they got all the villains in there. You get to see like Jamie Foxx as Electro, and it's a much more better showcase as him. I think they've done well with it. They're not gone overboard, just said like, this is what's happening, that's what's happening. They're being a bit restrained with the trailers. So hopefully when we go and see it next month, there will be a lot of surprises. But the biggest problem is, if you don't go like the first few showings of it, as soon as you go online, that'll be spoiled straight away.
Yep.
This is the thing that's worrying me a lot. If you don't go and see it when it first comes out, it's going to be spoiled.
Can you book your tickets now, or is it not? Have they not been released yet?
No, they're not on the minute.
No,
they're not. The
it's the end of the month, isn't it?
It's 9th, I think. Everything you can pre-book.
Yeah.
Because you're going to have to book a ticket straight away. Like me, I never see. I haven't seen a film day one in years, but this is one I have to see the day it comes out. Because you know what's going to be you're going to see on Instagram, Twitter. If someone at work is going to spoil it for you in some way, so you got to see it the day it comes out or the night.
Yeah,
so that's what I'll be doing. Comes out on the 15th or in the UK. So
I thought it was the 7th. Oh, the 17th in America, isn't it?
Yeah, they would also be in the same release day for us, but luckily for us, because we're the best guy, because we're the British, we get it a couple of days before.
And then we get a Matrix a week later, don't we?
Oh yes.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah,
it's on HBO Max, yeah.
See me, I'm not above, pumped up for the Matrix anyway. I don't even know why they even made it. Like the new one, it wasn't needed.
It's the same reason all films get made: money.
Yes.
Yep. Exactly. Yeah.
So they're not revenue.
Did you like the trailer for the Matrix? The new one?
I thought. See, in my opinion, I thought it was just a remake of the first one. What I saw, just in a different take. So yeah, that's all I had to say for it. Like, is this just a Matrix of the first movie?
Well, it's a sci-fi John Wick. That's all I think. Is it?
Yeah,
like John Wick.
Neo Wick.
Neo Wick.
John Wick is actually Neo. It's
I
all
was going to say that with the Spider-Man trailer, did you guys think the CGI was off at parts, like a little bit? Because I thought there was some bad CGI with some little parts of the film, like when Electro was doing his little power-up move. That looked very PlayStation 4-esque to me, like a PS4 trailer, a little bit.
Yeah, some of the CGI
Ryan's
did
like,
look
I'm
a
going to
little
strangle him.
Did you see online where they were saying it was like an end scene where it was a lizard, and they're all jumping in the sky, like having this big fight, and the lizard is punching nothing. So it's like they're saying that he's like there must have been someone like another Spider-Man or someone else there who they've taken out of the CGI.
They're saying that a lot of things been blanked out. So
that's a good point. Because there's 3 of them. There could be 3 versus 3.
Yeah.
Because there's rumors, like at the end of the Pardon, Andy?
I was going to say they've done it with other trailers as well. Like they cut Spider-Man out of Civil War. They added Hulk to Infinity War.
Yeah.
You know, I think they're just playing mind games with us.
Yeah. Because they're saying like with Zendaya's character MJ, like at the end when she falls down, they're saying it's going to be Andrew Garfield that rescues her.
Oh, because he couldn't rescue Gwen Stacy.
Yeah.
That's cool. You guys are making me like the trailer more now.
Let's move on. Oh, we have the Upside Dan here. Hey, everyone.
Hey, Dan.
Thanks for joining, Dan.
Dan Wick.
The View with Drew's here. Hey, what's up? Thanks for joining, Dan. Drew. Oh, God. We have Arsh here. Yo, thanks for joining, mate.
Hey.
The View with Drew says the trailer for Spider-Man No Way Home was amazing. Seeing the return of Doc Ock and Green Goblin will be amazing. They are 2 best Spider-Man movie villains. Yep, totally agree.
Yeah, I agree.
Yep.
And he says Doc Ock being number 1. Yep. I think Alfred Molina will have quite a big role to play in the film. Do you think?
There was so much there shown of him.
I don't think Doctor Strange is Doctor Strange personally. I think there's something off of him. His character doesn't seem like him in the film. The way he talks is very like. It doesn't seem like his character at all, unless he's written more comedically. But there's something off of him. I got.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people said in the first trailer. They said like wondering whether it's somebody else taking his disguise or something.
I think in my opinion, I think it could be Wanda.
You never know.
No,
but in the comics, sorry. Oh no, go ahead, Ryan. I'm cut you off.
Like what I'm saying, like it could be Wanda because like basically what I saw with this like new Doctor Strange movie, which is basically going into the multiverse. I think like what I saw like so far, like what's coming, I think it's basically going to be like mostly focused on Wanda trying to get her kids back. I think that's what I'm thinking what's happening with that, and so that's why just it's starting to be connected to that. And then this film is just basically setting it up to go into that universe, that multiverse. So that could be something that goes into that.
That's a good shout.
So basically, it could be Wanda, or it could be someone, or it could be Mystique.
That's a good shout. It could be.
Yeah. That is a good shout. Very good there.
Yeah, because Mystique can like literally like shape shift into anybody and can might manipulate into any power. That's the thing. So yeah.
Right. We have Sean, Media Collector Madness here. Hey guys, hope you're well. Good, great, and great to see AP Stevens on the stream. Totally agree. Thanks for joining, Sean.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
The V withdrew saying Green Goblin be number 2. Yeah, I do agree. William Dafoe was brilliant in that.
Leads me to something else quickly. Apparently, Ned, he's been like bulking up, like trimming down. And a lot of people are saying, because in the comics, he becomes Hobgoblin. And they're saying his massive weight loss is because in one of these universes, he is the Hobgoblin, which would be cool.
Yeah. I know somebody did say, I see it online somewhere saying that in the trailer, you can see a glimpse of the new Goblin from Spider-Man 3. James Franco's character.
Oh.
Was he in the Amazing Spider-Man one as well, though? Because he had another Harry Osborn, didn't he? In this.
Yeah. What was his name? He was from Chronicle. Dane something or other. I can't remember his last name, but
it ruined his career, whatever his name is.
Yeah.
I've not seen him since. Amazing Spider-Man 2.
He was in that Valerian film, wasn't he?
He was in Valerian with Cara Delevingne. Yeah. And that was probably the last film I've seen him in.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised. It was garbage.
Yeah, it was. Poor Luke for some film.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have the DVD from Film Bloke. Hi. In the Mouth of Madness has arrived. Can't wait to watch it.
Ooh. Yeah,
Right.
that's still I'm a big
I haven't seen it. That's the one with Sam Neill, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
We have Bristolian Dave here, or Rate Me Babbers. Thanks for joining, Dave.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, Dave.
The DVD from Film Bloke says, I've seen all Quentin Tarantino films. Also, it's fitting they play Death Proof in a restaurant eating when that woman's leg come off.
Yeah. It was literally that scene as well, funny enough.
We have Lockdown Stash here. What's up, Joe? Thanks for joining, mate.
Hey.
Hello. Me and
let's move on from that one.
What am I doing here?
We have old as fuck reviewers. Yo, guys, just stopping by to say hi to Joe, my bro from another move. Hey, thanks for joining.
Hey, Ricky. Ricky, the most family-friendly content on YouTube.
Oh, yeah.
We seem to be getting a lot of family-friendly content as well. We have Queen Quinn here. Joe, why are you in a 5-year-old's bedroom with all those plushies?
That's my girlfriend, by the way. All right, that's my girlfriend. She's just gonna troll me this entire stream. This is great.
Is that a Bowser and a Kirby and a Gengar behind you? And
because my whole thing is like GeekyhiJynx, mischief makers. I wanted to have things in the background that are known for causing mischief in what they are. So Bowser, Gengar, Jack, and these two from I'll forget the name, but Spider-Man here because of the trailer, and Kirby's there because he's my favorite Smash character from back in the day in Nintendo 64.
Oh,
so yeah,
Kirby's brilliant.
And a new game looks pretty good as well on the Switch coming up. Can't wait to get that.
Yes, it's coming out in the spring next year. It looks really good.
Looks pretty good.
Ash says it's good. Queen says, Geeky, where do you stand on veganism, vegetarianism? What?
Just skip her.
DPD Film Bloke says, I really like No Time to Die. Yeah, I quite liked it. It needs another rewatch, I think, even though I've only just seen it. So, yeah. Paul Tams is here, and he says, No Time to Die is still my favourite movie of the year. Cool. Nice. Queen says, not seen it yet. My boyfriend hasn't taken me.
Well, he'll never take you once you go and buries your body somewhere.
Soph's here. Hi, guys. Nice to meet you, Joe and AP. Thanks for joining, Soph.
Hey, Soph.
Hey, Soph.
We have John from Mondo Chellebeck Movies here. Great lineup tonight.
Hey, John.
Thanks for joining, John.
Love John Sean.
Yeah, totally agree. Sean says, are you going to see Ghostbusters Afterlife this week?
Yes, tomorrow.
Is it out tomorrow?
Yeah, it's tomorrow, yeah.
It's out on Friday.
Really?
Yeah,
Friday.
It officially comes out on Friday, but, well, we got on the Thursday, so it's an advance showing, so I'm going to say it at 1:30 tomorrow. So
that's mental.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, I've been so pumped up for this film, like all year. So I'm looking forward to see how it goes.
The trailers look good.
Yeah, the trailers are really good.
Really exciting.
Yeah. It went under the radar, didn't it? And then all of a sudden the trailers come out and everyone was like, what is this? And everyone was like, hyped up again to see it.
Yeah, because didn't it get delayed for a year or something?
Yeah,
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we got a trailer just before COVID hit. And then it just sort of disappeared for a bit.
But there seems to be a lot of hype for it, and the reviews have been incredibly positive. So hopefully it does well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you going to see it, AP?
I might go and see it next week, maybe. Probably not this week. I think it'll be pretty busy this week. The cinemas go when it's a bit quiet. But I'm really looking forward to it. I like the original 2 Ghostbusters movies. I think they're great. I've never seen the third one. It just
what third one?
Well, exactly.
Yes.
Don't
get me started.
Doesn't appeal to me.
Like I can literally be here all day. I'll literally.
What was the third one?
Is it bad? How bad's it?
It's fucking bad.
Well, Soph will say it's really good. Good thing she isn't on the stream. She'd be very unhappy.
Well, yeah, because I'll literally just be taking the piss out of it. That's what I normally do. So literally, like, straight do something for a joke. She sent us a digital code from Ghostbusters 2016, and I was literally fuming. Like when I took it out the pack when I was doing a subscriber mail video, I was like, "What this? What is this piece of fucking shit?" What I should have done is fucking ripped it and put it in the fucking bin, but I didn't. I was gonna give it away, and I haven't seen that digital code since. So I'm happy that's gone missing.
Did the original guys feature in that one though? But they were in like different roles.
A couple of them, yeah.
They did.
A few of them did.
What was really painful though, I think it was Jimmy Kimmel or one of those American TV shows, and when the film was coming out, they were promoting it, but they also had the OG Ghostbusters like Bill Murray and all of them there behind them, like to support. And they showed the trailer, and it was painful to watch because you can almost see the guys' faces watch something they really love just die in front of him, and it was just it's horrible because the girls were all. It's not because they're girls at all. It could have been all guys. It's just the writing for it was terrible. Like it wasn't funny. So nothing to do with gender at all. It's just it wasn't a good film. They went with this bridesmaids like sort of sense of humor with it, and that doesn't suit Ghostbusters sense of humor. You know?
Yeah, totally agree. You're going at the weekend to see it, aren't you, Andy?
I'm going to try to. Yeah, I'm going to try and squeeze it in at some point.
Cool.
I think it's going to be like it's one of them you're going to have to see early, I think, to avoid spoilers.
Yeah.
That's
why I'm going to see it at tomorrow.
Yeah.
And it's quiet, so like there'll be no kids and there'll be less people. So at least have the chance to watch it while it's more quiet as it is. Because like once it gets to the nighttime, it'll be literally swarming.
I agree. Are you going to see it, Joe?
Over the weekend, definitely. Like if it's like there's a cinema 2 seconds away from it, they're showing it. They won't watch it tomorrow. But if it's over Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I'll definitely give it a go. Because I love Ghostbusters. Like the first one, I think anyone that grew up with Ghostbusters, they had the proton pack with the little foam gun, and the little green goblin thing that you push down and it fell into the. I love Ghostbusters, and the one scene no one actually talks about in film is where I forget her name now. What's Sigourney Weaver's character called? I always forget her name. When she comes back in a little bag of groceries, and then she puts the eggs on the side, and the eggs start popping. You know what I mean? That's such like an underrated scene in any film, but it's so effective. And when the claws come out and grab her and take her away, that scared the crap out of me as a kid. Like I always used to lean forward when I was watching the film because I thought if I leaned backwards, like his hand would come up and just grab me and pull me through the door. That was nightmarish stuff.
Yeah. Did you ever play the Ghostbusters video game that was like released about 10 years ago and then had a remaster a couple of years? Oh, it's really good. That was originally going to be planned to be the third film, but they took that script and put it into a game. That was really good. Very fun game.
No, I've heard it's meant to be really good. Was it the Xbox? Was it 360?
Yeah, it was all on like the 360 and PS3, but it's been brought up to like the PS4, Xbox One, and Switch now.
Yeah.
It's all remastered now.
Yeah. All the old voice cast and everything. It just feels so much like a Ghostbusters film, but you're playing it. It's really good.
That sounds cool.
Right, we have a few more. We have Movie Massacre 1987 here. Hey. He says, The Harder They Fall, No Time to Die, and Last Night in Soho are my top 3 this year so far. Hope you guys all well. Is The Harder They Fall the one with Idris Elba, like the cowboy western film?
Yeah, it is. It's the one that's on Netflix.
Ooh. I haven't seen that one yet. That does look quite good. But yeah. What are your guys' top 3 films of the year so far, Ran?
It's easy for me.
Ooh. Quite hard because there's been so many shit films this year.
Just out with the facts.
I'm going to say Shang-Chi and Legend of the Ten Rings. Because I think that's a really good one. I'm going to also say Last Night in Soho. Third one's hard. Oh, man.
Ooh.
I'll probably say Free Guy, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's decent.
Still need to watch that.
That's good.
What about you, AP? What are some 3 favourite films of this year for you?
Oh man, it's a hard one. It's I mean, Nobody would definitely be a choice.
That is phenomenal.
It's a class movie, isn't it? I keep on going back. I keep on thinking about doing like a video on best movies of like 2021, and I just keep like rattling different movies around, but Nobody always comes up in my brain. I just loved that movie. I thought the soundtrack was awesome. I mean, if you like John Wick, yeah, I didn't know a lot of the songs from the soundtrack, but then I was like, afterwards, I was listening to me, I was like, wow, this is a cool song, this, and it's like It's got a really cool soundtrack. And was it Bob? Is it Bob Odenkirk from Better
Yeah,
Call
Bob
Saul?
Odenkirk.
Yeah, it is.
I think he's
And
great.
Christopher Lloyd.
Yeah, it's got a really good cast, really good cast. But he's good in that role as doing like the action, like sort of like the John Wick type role. And I think that is just that would be my first choice. And then, I mean, I like Justice League. I like the Snyder Cut. Well, that was a really good movie. But I have to agree with Ryan. Like Shang-Chi, I watched that the other day. I thought that was brilliant. I thought it was one of the best MCU movies like over the past couple of years. I like Black Widow was good, but Shang-Chi was phenomenal. I thought it was brilliant.
It's like it's something like new that's came to the MCU.
Yeah,
like I already know who the character was, but like I think like we needed something new. We needed like introducing martial arts into the into this universe. It feels like more like the newest thing that Marvel did.
Yeah. Did you watch Iron Fist? Did you ever watch that?
Iron Fist.
No.
Yeah, I did. I watched the first couple of episodes. I didn't really get into it.
Do you not like it now?
Nah.
I like that. I thought it was pretty decent, but I think they've done it like a lot better now with the martial arts and Shang-Chi. Like that opening scene when it was his dad versus his mum.
Oh yeah.
That battle scene was amazing.
Oh, it's epic.
Yeah. And that bus scene. The bus scene was brilliant.
Oh, yeah.
That and Nobody had two of the best bus action scenes ever. What about you? Yeah.
I'm just going to say the car chase is literally just phenomenal. When he's just running, it's literally just him like furious as I was just like trying to get the fuck out of there. Like,
are you about Nobody?
Yeah, this is Nobody.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's like, oh man,
it's class.
It's
and then
basically
you have the music playing in the background as well. That was so good.
It basically, right, I can tell, right, if you saw from like the good bars that you saw from it within the movie, it's like what I saw. I can tell, right, this must be connected to John Wick in a way.
I think it's bad. Isn't it by the same director, or it's like the same producers? They said it's like in
the same writer.
As it,
It's the same writer. So basically, as what I saw is now this is just a John Wick film, but with Bob Odenkirk, and it's like, and it just works so perfectly, like just being an hour and a half, and I thought like, yeah, this is it.
Coming in 2030, it is Nobody versus John Wick at the cinemas. That's all we're waiting for.
There's big rumor that they were going to do that, Yeah.
It wouldn't surprise me.
Crossover with John Wick and Nobody. And I think they really want to do that because like what I've heard, Nobody and John Wick might be set in the same universe.
I'd be down for that. It'd be cool.
But
honestly,
it makes more sense.
I enjoyed Nobody more than John Wick Chapter 2 and 3. I thought it's shorter length, made it much more enjoyable film to watch.
I think they're just becoming too similar. Them movies now, the John Wick ones, especially the third one was just it's still fun, like fun action movie, but it was just the same. It didn't do anything different than the first.
Very rinse and repeat, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's just like the one scene, like in John Wick 3. I think it was like I think it was facing that is like Chinese. Was he Chinese or I think it was Japanese. I don't know. Right?
You know, like is it the glass windows? Was it in like
that glass window scene? That scene just literally just dragged, like nearly just like fell asleep. So like I literally had to keep myself like up to see like what's going on. It's just literally dragged for like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Like that could have been short. Like 5 minutes is probably an all right amount, but like I can tell that they literally just extended that scene, just made it more badass. The show off the lights and all that kind of stuff. I felt like that was the only like bad part of the film, but I just still think can I Reeves and Ian McShane just pulls it off just straight off the bat. So like I think that was like probably the main best thing of the film. Well, the action sequences and all that kind of stuff is still brilliant, but John Wick is just like turning into basically it's just money making at the end of the day. They just make money, and they'll keep making them until people get bored of them.
Mm.
So yeah.
Right. What about you, Andy? What are some of your favourite films of the year so far?
Definitely Last Night in Soho. Fantastic. I absolutely loved it. Cruella was a massive surprise. I thought that was going to suck, and it just didn't. And one of the first films I saw when cinemas reopened was Judas and the Black Messiah. I absolutely loved that film. Thought it was great. Thought Daniel Kaluuya was fucking brilliant in it. Really, really good, solid.
That one's out now on Blu-ray, isn't it? That's one of the earlier ones of the year. I think I can remember it coming out. Cool.
Yeah, it's a fantastic little film. Loved it.
Nice. And what about you, Joe? What are some of your favourite films of the year?
I'd say top 3 probably be Last Night in Soho. I thought that's an amazing film. I'd say Snyder Cut because I just thought it was great. I really enjoyed it. Like I've done the whole thing 4 hours. I just enjoyed it. Yeah, I just enjoyed it. You know, like sometimes I like a bit of meat on my bone. And I'd say what's the third one now? Dune. I really like Dune.
Yeah,
I thought it was a great. I know that it's not everyone's cup of tea, but something like I'm very flexible with my genres. You know, like I can watch something like Forrest Gump, and I can watch something like Toy Story. But then sometimes I like films that sort of challenge you and make you have to really pay attention. You know, you can't go on your phone and talk to your mates. You have to literally absorb everything that's being said, or you're gonna flip it and not understand what the hell's going on. Like Inception. You know, like I like a thinking film, but that's what I'm doing. I'd say honorable mentions will probably be something like Cruella, Quiet Place 2. I thought Quiet Place 2 was really good.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Quiet Place 2.
And that's better. But and Shang-Chi, I'll just touch on very quickly because I think Shang-Chi is a good film, but Katie, I hate that character with a passion. Like everything other than her is great. It's just every time she spoke or did something, I wanted to kill myself. But I think the fight scenes in the bus, the beginning scene with the mum and dad when they're fighting outside the entrance, I think that was amazing. That was a great. I think for me, I like that more than the bus scene, and I love the bus scene because I don't know, I just thought it was really well shot. But it was just Katie, just drove me nuts. Like, why did she have to be there everywhere? Like, it's like me being at work saying, "Oh man, I got to rush off home." Like my mum and sister, they're kicking off, and I'm a manager going, I'll come with you, Joe. I'm like, this is a family matter. It's fine. You ain't got to come. No, I'll come. And then me sitting on like the bus back home telling her about my family past and be like, and that's when that happened. And they're like, okay. Then they end up being at every Christmas dinner for the rest of their lives. And it's like, what are you doing here? That was Katie to me. But apart from her, great film.
For me, I'll probably say Quiet Place 2, Cruella, Nobody, Shang-Chi, and I was going to say Injustice, but it's not Injustice, it's Justice League Snyder Cut. Yeah.
And it has been rumored that we might get the Aya cut, even though we're not going to get it. Yeah. I've saw like the I think the set photos of Jared Leto's Joker. There was a new release one.
I seen that the other day.
Yes.
Come out the other day, wasn't it? Yeah.
It looks so fucking terrible. Like seriously, it looks shit. Like I don't. You see with me, right? The Joker in that film shouldn't really been in it because like he wasn't really in the comics. Like he wasn't involved in it. It's like it just didn't work. I was like, why the fuck's the Joker in it?
Well, with the Joker, there's an amazing DC animated movie called Assault on Arkham.
Oh yeah,
it's cool. And that's got the Joker in it, but that was done really well. And where the Joker integrated in it, that made sense. And he wasn't like he was like a villain in it, and the Riddler like it was. If they should have just done that movie live action, it'd have been so much better because they just showcased everyone way better. But Jared Leto, he seems like someone that the Joker, the real Joker, will come out and kill because he's been imitating him. Do you know what I mean? Like the real Joker will come out and be like, "Bang, who are you?" And it's like a bait and switch.
Yeah, exactly. This is why I prefer like Joaquin Phoenix's Joker over Jared's because like he looked right, but basically right. Joaquin Phoenix's Joker looks the role. Like he wears the suit and everything. Like he's got the green hair, and that's while Jared's basically like just
cosplay.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, basically his fucking hair is bright green, literally bright green. It was like, what? Right, that just didn't. It didn't work.
Yeah, but he's damaged. Okay, he's damaged. Let's leave him alone.
I know he is. And I'm glad that I don't have a pop vinyl on. I'm glad I've got the respective actor of them all. Heath Ledger on the top, right there. Yeah, go get it.
I think Jack Nicholson's really good as well. I love the original Batman. And
Nicholson was awesome.
Yeah, Jack Nicholson was brilliant as well.
You never rub another man's rhubarb.
Ooh.
I've got that one. Oh, but a smaller one. I thought to myself, are you just very tiny? That's the biggest pop Funko I've ever seen in my life.
This is like the 17 inches version. Yeah, it's actually. Oh yeah,
that's cool.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I've got it for Christmas last year. I think my sister got it from, I think from Smiths. I think, and I'll tell you something. But one of the best Christmas presents I got, and also Joker himself, Jack Nicholson.
Oh,
I'm a giant. I have very small hands.
Mine, I'll tell you something. Mine beats it all, right?
I'm gonna buy a Ferrari tomorrow because I'm compensating for something.
What happens when I show off the pop vinyl collection?
Right. We've got Brett here from Walk On Always Believe. Watch you guys. Hope you're doing well.
Hey, Brett.
Hey, Brett.
Hey, Brett. Thanks for joining. We have AJ's Movie Place here. Evening. Thanks for joining, AJ.
Hey, AJ.
Hey, AJ.
Bristolian Dave says, I can't wait for Spider-Man. I'm hoping there'll be some hidden surprises, maybe finishing off the Sinister Six members.
But it depends what you mean by finishing off.
We don't even know who the sixth member is. It could either be Vulture.
Yeah, it's got.
Or I would say Mysterio. That's all we can say on that, unless it's either Hobgoblin or whatever James Frank was Goblin's called. I think he's just called Goblin.
Could be Venom as well.
Rhino?
Yeah, I wonder whether Venom.
Who was originally teased in it? Do you remember the Amazing Spider-Man post credits? It was like the guy walking through the cells. I remember Vulture was teased.
Yeah.
I can't remember.
Wings.
Yeah, I can't remember the other ones.
It was Dr. Octavius's arms, wasn't it?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I remember. Yeah, that was.
And that was shown in the trailer. Like when the film came out, like him walking past that was a mid-credit scene showing in the trailer before the film came out, which is crazy.
Right. I can't remember that.
Yeah.
So basically, see, because like Rhino was supposed to get introduced in the third Mr. Spider-Man movie, but due to like the failure of the second one, it's got cancelled. So basically, Paul Giamatti, who was originally going to play Rhino, but basically in a big metallic suit, right? I thought he played an interesting role, even though he wasn't in it that much. He was only in at the start and at the end.
Yeah, he was only in it for a short period.
So basically, I think it was building up as for the introduction of Rhino. So yeah, like as you said, Joe, it could introduce Rhino as well. So that might be interesting. But if it introduces Rhino, it's got to have his proper costume. No metallic suit. It just didn't really look good.
I mean, like the Fox Kids one, the one where he's like part of the suit, like the latex Rhino kind of with the horn coming out his head.
Yes, that's what we need.
Yeah.
And don't forget, because they might introduce a new villain, we could get Scorpion, and we could get the actual real Shocker.
I want to see Chameleon. You never hear about him, but in the Fox TV show, he would like Kingpin. Can you imagine Kingpin if he's in this?
Yeah.
Oh, that would be good.
It's been rumored that Wilson Fisk might be in the new Hawkeye series.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, wicked.
Wasn't Charlie Cox the Daredevil guy? He's meant to be in Spider-Man. I think there was like some photos online. Yeah, he wasn't with him as well.
Yeah, there's something going on about that.
It's turning big.
Yeah. The only problem is a lot of people are expecting so many different things with this Spider-Man film. Probably a lot of people come away a bit disappointed because they're not really expecting the world and then not getting so much. You don't know, do you?
No, you do. I'll tell you what.
I think people should just be grateful they even getting this kind of movie. You know what I mean? Like this would never have happened 20 years ago. You know, like just to get all these characters on one screen, like people need to start complaining.
We never had anything like this before. This is insane. Never thought we'd see anything like this.
We just hope it doesn't end up getting the same treatment like what Spider-Man 3 got. I just hope it doesn't go down that road, because I do want to be disappointed again. Even though, like, when I watch the film back now, it's not actually a bad film. Like Spider-Man 3, because like when I first watched it, I watched it as a kid. I would have loved it, but then I watched it when I was like in my early teens. I said, this film's shit. Like literally, it's shit. Like it's like Venom basically looked like a proper latex suit. Like literally, it did, and his teeth. There's like, what the fuck's going on with his teeth?
Yeah,
it's like, and he didn't talk. Why didn't he talk? That's one thing that didn't work. But
I think Spider-Man 3 was the first film where I felt studio interference for the first time, because you could just feel that the first two feel very organic in how they feel, but you can tell the third one, Sam Raimi, that had that power taken from him by the studio, because you could feel so much like different ideas thrown in, don't you?
Yeah, they really wanted that Venom storyline in it.
Even though Sam Raimi absolutely hated the Venom idea, so basically that idea could have got introduced in like later films and focused still on one villain. And then I think they were going to introduce the Sinister Six in some way, but it just happens. Like, really, I don't blame Sam Raimi. I blame Sony for that. That's who I blame. Like, because Sam Raimi, he brought us a brilliant trilogy. Like, even though the third one is a bit low, but in my opinion, I still think he should have got that fourth film just to fix some mistakes. That's what should have happened.
Yeah.
And then go back to one villain, because I think one villain was actually enough back then. But introducing like three villains like Sandman and Venom and Goblin, really, I think that should have really focused on Sandman actually, because it would have made more sense. And it's the first time you saw Sandman on screen.
Do you think we could still get like a fourth movie now? Because you got like multiple Batmans. It could happen, couldn't it? Now.
Yeah,
there's rumors.
Yeah, because like Evander Slay Reviews, like he was like I think he was saying last night that like if this movie does well, Sony might commission for Spider-Man 4 and Spider-Man 3. But
I love that. I think it'd be ace.
What I'd love to see is Tobey Maguire return for a fourth, but he's training up Miles Morales, and then Miles Morales takes over from Tobey Maguire. So it's kind of like Batman of the future. We've got like Bruce Wayne's character who's old and can't really do it anymore, and then you got Terry who's out and about doing it, and he's kind of like helping behind the scenes. I'd love to see that happen if it does.
That would be a really good idea.
Really, really good.
Thank you. My job here is done. Have a good dream.
We have James Moss here. I'm here today. Thanks for joining, James.
Yeah.
Hey, James.
I've got the New Mutants 98 Deadpool's first appearance.
Ooh,
Cool.
Ah, cool.
that's class. That absolutely class. Just to tell you something, the New Mutants film does not exist.
I'm
The only
glad I
good thing
didn't watch
about it
it.
is Anya Taylor-Joy. She's the only saving grace about that film.
Yeah.
But
Exactly.
apart from that,
That had a load of studio interference as well. Don't get me wrong. Yeah, the New Mutants. It's like how many reshoots they had to do for that film. I bet they still got all the actual footage that when they finished filming for that movie, right? And I felt because like Antonio Banderas was supposed to be the villain in it. It's supposed to be still a horror film, and a superhero film at the same time. It would have made more sense. Like introducing the villain with Antonio Banderas, because I think he would have done a really good job. But because of the whole Disney buying 20th Century Fox, Disney ended up interfering with the project. So it ended up being delayed for the next couple of years until last year when it got released. So that's what happened. So basically, the movie that we should have got might be still out there. So
hopefully so.
We might get a if everyone's like, it won't happen. But I would love to see in that cut of the film than the cut that we got. Because what a waste of 6 years.
Yeah,
wasted potential.
Yeah.
That was the last one, wasn't it, as well? The last Fox X-Men movie, really. The last official one, wasn't it?
Fox just dropped the ball, didn't they? Big time. After Days of Future Past, they just flipping lost their way.
That was the last best one. Dark Phoenix was horrible.
There was Apocalypse, weren't there? And then there was Dark Phoenix, was it?
Yeah. Dark Phoenix. How can you strip the same film twice?
Yeah, that's true.
Like, I think, in my opinion, look, Apocalypse is actually it's a decent film, but it's not the best X-Men film. It's watchable in a way, but the way like what they did with how well basically Charles Xavier, how he lost his hair was like the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. I thought he lost his hair through baldness, didn't it? Or like he was like his telekinesis, like his powers, like whereas his telekinesis, like you can reach people's thoughts. I would have thought that would have lost his hair, but the way that he was being absorbed, as you saw, and basically absorbs his fucking hair. It's like, what the fuck's this? It would have made more sense if he's lost his hair like due to baldness. You know what I mean? It would have worked more sense.
That's actually a good idea.
Yeah.
It's like it being in the wheelchair. Like in first class, he got shot in the back, and I thought, oh, that's why he's in the wheelchair. He got shot and he's paralyzed. Okay, cool. And then next film is like, hey everyone, I'm tap dancing. And you're like, what? How are you walking again?
It's because of some. It's because of like some drug that's like making him walk. So he must have for the past couple of years, like when the school was shut, like you must have like discovered a formula or some sort to make him walk, but defects his powers, so you can't use his powers enough. So that's why. But I think he did make the brilliant idea and went back in the wheelchair because like you wouldn't be able, like we wouldn't have Charles Xavier himself, Professor X, at the end of his day. But like in my opinion, like I think like James McAvoy, right? I think he was only good in the first 2 films because like in the rest of them, they were just he lost his talent. Because like I think in my opinion, I think I respect Patrick Stewart more because he's the first on screen, Charles Xavier, and I think, well, in my opinion, I think he's the only Charles Xavier I would say is the best. Because if you saw from Logan, like his storyline, like you saw from Logan, I think that would probably have been the last best X-Men movie that you would have got. because like it's a brilliant film. I absolutely love Logan because like I was literally ill when I went to see that. I had a cold, but I still think it's the best like X-Men movie since probably Days of Future Past and First Class.
Yeah, I agree. It was just it was a nice send off for both. I mean, Xavier and for Logan as well. It was just a totally different story, and it went away from that sort of like team up movie, and it felt like it didn't feel like as much as like a superhero movie, but it was. I remember watching it the first time, I didn't like it as much. Watched it the second time, I loved it. I thought it was brilliant. It was just visually, it looked great. The story was just like it just pulled you in the story. You felt like this attachment to Logan in that movie, and it was sad, weren't it? In the end, like I found it like watching the ending, it was quite emotional, like to watch, but it pulled me in that. I thought it was brilliant.
Yeah, it worked so much well because it was such a low key affair, wasn't it? It felt like a western. A lot of people said it felt like a western at times.
Yeah. I didn't get that feel from it. I didn't get the whole western thing. I watched it.
Yeah, but see with me, right? Because now we're finally getting the X-Men in the MCU, and I'm just like wondering, like, they're gonna come from a different universe. So is the Fox characters coming over to the universe, or they're gonna introduce new people to play the characters? Because
Deadpool's coming over, isn't he?
Yeah, because basically, Deadpool literally breaks the fourth wall anyway. So he knows everything. So like he knows like what's going to go on, but like it's just doing that like cause like due to the whole like cancel culture, that kind of thing. It might not be called like the X-Men might not be called X-Men anymore because you can't call it like X people because it'll just be stupid. So what the thinking is, they might be going to be calling the X-Men a different name. We're going to be calling it the Mutants. Like, because Stan Lee was going to call it the Mutants before, like in the comics, but due to like, people like the people who was releasing like the comics like back in the day, he changed it to X-Men. But you see, mate,
though, like why like Spider Person, Wonder Person, Super Person? You know what I mean? Like, might as well just change everything if we're going to change that because it means nothing. It's like human beings. You know what I mean? We're all the like lioness. You know what I mean? It's like it's just separating. That's what it is. I think that's a dumb idea. Like if they call it something like Man of Steel, then that can be different. If they name each film after like a really famous comic book title or a famous comic, the X-Men comic, then that's fine because everyone knows they're the X-Men because no one's dumb. Because you got Wolverine. It's like so you haven't got to call it X-Men, but do not call them X-Men. But you can call the film something else, like New Mutants, something like that.
Yeah.
Because like with New Mutants, they were trying to introduce new heroes to take over from the X-Men. That's what they were trying to do, right? But due to the failure, we're trying to make it into a horror film. It just didn't work. Like seriously, it should have just been a normal superhero film. But due to like it's due to like the lack of storytelling and like the horror scenes just didn't even work. Like I just felt it was just so fun. And like finding out like it was just some lass at the end of it because of her power. It was just like, well, this is fucking so I wasted an hour and a half of this just to find out it was all some lass all along. It was like, oh great. So it's just a film that shouldn't really be made at the end of the day.
No.
Like Fantastic Four sits in the same kind of boat, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's like when it first got introduced. Like don't get me wrong. Like I watched Fantastic Four, like the first adaptation when it came out, and I loved it. Well, of course, I think it was bad because it was like mostly trying to simulate it to the comics, but if you saw from Catastrophe that came out in 2015, Fantastic. It was so badly CGI'd. Like seriously, it was. It was like, I think they made the things design more. It was more massive. You know what I mean? Like like what the fuck was this? Like Jamie Bell, he was like, he wasn't the perfect fit for the thing anyway.
No,
like and the rest of the characters, like Michael B. Jordan, like he's done better films, like out of that film, and he's basically could have wrecked his whole career from that. Like, I think I prefer him as Killmonger than Johnny Storm. Just like it just didn't work.
yeah.
It's like Miles Teller as Mr. Fantastic. Well, his character was too young. Like seriously, like too young. That's why with this new Fantastic Four film, which is coming like I'm going to say 2023. But I'm hoping the cast the right people to fit in that role. Like in my opinion, like I would say John Krasinski, who's like directed the he's Jack Ryan, because he's Jack Ryan on the Amazon series, and he said AP Quiet Place because he's in the first one. He fits the role. He fits Mr. Fantastic. Like as long as he's like white hair down at the sides where his head is, you sort it. And Emily Blunt. Like Emily Blunt, like fits so well to be Invisible Woman, but she said she doesn't want to do a superhero film, so that's out the question. It's just depend who the cast really.
She was going to do Black Widow though, weren't she? Originally years ago, I think she was scheduled. She was like, and then she did Devil's Wear Prada instead at the time, like so.
I think it was I think it was a good choice for her at the time because she wouldn't like met John Krasinski like from then, and then would have been together really. Well, we've got Scarlett, but
had Scarlett.
Well, had Scarlett because due to like the whole promotion with the release of Black Widow, she wouldn't come back for another film. That's the thing.
Hasn't it all been resolved now? All that it's all.
Yeah, she ain't never gonna come back anymore after that. She's never gonna come back to a Marvel film.
No, it's like not after like what happened with the Black Widow's release getting released on Disney Plus.
Well, they got a new person now as well, and they got the Florence Pugh in. She's in the Hawkeye series, and I think she's going to be great. Yeah, she was really good in that film.
Good.
I think she'll be good, and if they do a solo movie with her as the Black Widow, I think it would work okay.
Yeah. I think which Black Widow, I think they should like pump it up a bit, Like I love like the whole like the spy espionage kind of it, but I think it was a bit too bleak in a way. Like I think they could have done more of it. And I think David Harbour was wasted in it because like he's amazing. He's actually a really good actor. Like if you saw him from Stranger Things and that kind of stuff, he's like he plays Hopper, he's actually brilliant. And even though his performance as Hellboy can get in the bin because it was shit, and the CGI was bad.
Oh,
it's like
less said about that film, the better.
Yeah, I think we need Hellboy 3, the proper one.
I need a third one.
Yeah, because like. Yeah, I better shut up because I'll keep talking about comic books.
No, you're all right. You talk. What were you saying anyway?
Go on. Let's continue. Continue.
Yes, boss.
I don't know what's the boss. I'm not even the boss of this live stream.
Brett says, I don't usually watch trailers due to spoilers. I occasionally skip through a trailer so I don't see too much, but the Spider-Man trailer looked outstanding, beautifully shot. I hope it pulls off.
Yeah.
My favorite shot actually from that trailer was when he was like swinging. It was like the forest behind him, and I thought that would look really nice. That'd be a great little like thing to have in a frame. Like I think he's just in the woods, isn't he? Just like swinging from. I don't know what he's swinging from, but it looked good.
Soph says, I just hope Tom Holland gets his time to shine finally in a standalone kind of film. Yeah, I agree.
It needs to happen. Like seriously, because like the whole mental thing, it just doesn't work. Like seriously, look, first one it would have been fine because like starting out the B Spider-Man property, right? And number two,
Yep.
it was like that, but it started to turn solo near the
Nick
end.
Fury, wasn't it? That was helping him
Yeah.
that time.
Yeah, it's felt like, and now they're trying to do it with Benedict Cumberbatch. It's like,
I just don't think he's been a good Spider-Man. I'm just going to say that. I think,
No.
I think what it is, because he's been babysat, you can't really get behind him. You know, like the Tobey Maguire. The first time you see him in any film, he's chasing after a bus. The bus driver won't let him on, so you instantly like this guy because you feel bad for him because everyone's against him. And then you see the struggles he goes through, and he becomes Spider-Man, makes a mistake, his uncle gets killed, he has to use his power more, well, responsibly. And he's on his side. And also he's a like, even though he's like, I don't know how he's meant to be in the films, but he's a man. You know, and I think Tom Holland, he was just too young. I know, like in the comics, he's a teenager, but you have to tweak things when you put him in the cinema, you know, because a lot of like people love Tom Holland. I think he's nice, but it seems like everything I hate on him at the moment. Uncharted, no, please, why? And now with Spider-Man, it's like he's a good Spider-Man if you're doing like the new Avengers, you know what I mean? Something like that, or the Young Avengers, sorry, not New Avengers, Young Avengers.
Yeah.
But he's just a bit too young. And I think he hasn't resonated with people like myself because he just, I don't know, he seems like he needs his handheld the entire time. He hasn't really struggled at all with anything because someone's always been there to give him a new suit to get him out of this situation. He's never had to like use his own powers and strength and stuff to do anything. So I don't like, yeah, so I don't really rate him. Tobey Maguire is my favorite, if you haven't noticed.
Totally agree with you there, Joe. Totally agree.
Yeah.
But
He could be good, but he's just been screwed over in his films. He's just been like babysat the entire time.
The thing is, with like this fourth film after this, where do they go from after No Way Home? Where do they go?
well, because
It's gone so big like this. If they go smaller, more like low key, people are going to say, "Well, that weren't as good as last film."
Well, like what I'm saying is, right, Spider-Man 4. Tom Holland, after this film, he's done playing Spider-Man, so he's not going to be Spider-Man again. So, like, basically, is Spider-Man going to be grown up? Is like someone else going to play Spider-Man, or are they going to introduce Miles Morales in that universe? So it's like, I think that's the only take that they couldn't take other minutes, unless we get like probably a Spider-Girl film. Or like Spider-Gwen films, like something like that. I think that would fit in very well. Or they've got to do something with this fourth Spider-Man film because I heard that they might be making a fifth one as well.
But what are they going to call it? Because all of their films are called something hot. Like, what's the fourth one going to be called? Stay at Home, or fifth one like Come Back Home? Because that's the little link between them all. Like, what are they going to call the fourth one that links with the word home? If they are going to make one, you know what I mean? It makes no sense.
They'll probably do a spin-off with Home Alone, Spider-Man Home Alone.
No Way Home Alone.
Oh gosh, sweet home.
There was a spider on his chest in the film, in the first one, wasn't it? Crawling up his face. There you go. They set it up years ago.
I was going to say they should do a crossover with South Park and call it Spider-Man Screw You Guys, I'm Going Home.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's great. I want to see Nicolas Cage though. Imagine if he's in this one as Spider-Man Noir, but in costume. Cage. I can die happy that day if that happens.
Well, they're on about the. Would you say wasn't there an 80s or 70s Spider-Man show as well?
I got it on video, VCR.
Was it? Yeah.
Yeah, my uncle had them all taped, and he gave me all these tapes, and I watched all these old school horror films that you can't really like back in the day, and then they were on there, and they're so bad. Like his webbing is basically like party string, and when he's calling up the building, like he's just calling up like a projector that's got a building going up, and he's just basically just doing that as he's walking up.
Do you know what though? I'd say that in like a Deadpool. Do you know, like if it was in Deadpool, they opened a portal with Doctor Strange, and you're just seeing that for a second or two.
That would be amazing.
That'd be ace. That'd be cool to see.
That would be cool. John says the whole Spider-Man vibe now reminds me of when Doctor Who meets himself in certain episodes. When the Doctor meets up, it's usually got some nice twists to it. Let's hope Spider-Man does the same.
Yeah.
Totally agree.
Don't get me started on Doctor Who.
No, we better leave Doctor Who or we'll be here all night talking about it.
Don't get me started. Like, hey, who's a Doctor Who fan? So it was hey, same here, man. Same here.
Yeah.
Kill my soul now. Hey, apparently, yeah, I could talk about it all day long.
Oh, I've already got bad expectations what the last episode got. So right, I think I'll stay away from it for now.
It's bro, that broke my heart, that series. So I love that show. Like literally, I've got Doctor Who dressing gown in my bathroom, for crying out loud. You know what I mean? Literally, I was a massive fan. Like went to the museum in Cardiff, done the whole thing. Just I loved it. And again, like I keep repeating this, but it's not because Jodie Whittaker was a woman. I was actually excited because I imagined like a Borderlands kind of character with the goggles. I mean, kind of a chirpy little character. And I was looking forward to it, but the writing has just been terrible. And
it has been.
Yeah.
And the retcon with the timeless child.
Fuck the timeless child.
Completely ruined it.
Oh,
that broke my soul. That moment in time.
it's the time I ain't getting back.
Yeah,
but this new series, it's not good either. Oh
no. I'm hoping the Weeping Angels pull it off. Because like I need a good episode.
Who would you like to see to be the next Doctor, Joe?
The Rock.
Let him be James Bond and the Doctor. Yep, totally.
Oh, I would love to see it now.
I ain't got a clue, to be honest with you. Like,
No.
It could be someone unknown, like Matt Smith was when he came into the world. That could be cool.
Yeah.
Or because with David Tennant, I was watching a program at the time called Casanova. It was on BBC Three, and I really liked that TV show. Then Christopher Eccleston announced he was stepping down, and then I saw on like the Radio Times who was taking over, and it was David Tennant. So I was really happy because I really liked his acting in Casanova, and Matt Smith came on board. I wasn't sure of him. Liked him for the first two series. The last two or third one was lost its way a little bit. Wasn't a fan of Clara because Amy Pond was too.
Oh, sod Clara! Like she's the most annoying character in the world. I'd rather have Bill. You know what I mean?
My God, that's his name. But yeah, I'll probably see someone maybe. I don't. It'd be a really funny one just because Tyrion from Game of Thrones. How amazing would that he be as a dog? I would love to see that.
Oh yeah.
Peter Dinklage.
Yeah, Peter Dinklage. Why not? Because it's like completely different, and I think he's got that funny character. Like, because why not? Like, it might as well.
I would love that. I would love that.
That's a good shout.
Yeah, it will work because like Peter Dinklage is basically like he's I can tell you like all the stuff that he's done like before Game of Thrones, he wasn't really well known. But ever since then, he's been in some really interesting projects.
Yeah.
So it'll be really fun if he did get that gig, and that'll be probably like the most funniest thing I would see. Probably like because of his like humor and all that kind of stuff, he'll pull it off.
It'd be funny if he goes in the TARDIS and this is they go to him, oh, it's bigger on the inside, and he goes, everything's bigger on the inside.
Brilliant. We have Vinyl Dale here. Looking forward to the Ghostbusters movie more than anything else. Yeah.
Yeah. That'd be good.
James says, I've got Spider-Man #1 1990 comic, the silver covered version. Ooh.
Nice.
Bristolian Dave says the original Sinister Six was Octavius, Electro, Mysterio, Sandman, and the Craven the Hunter, who is having a movie played by Aaron Thomas in 2023. Maybe a Craven cameo in the movie too.
Who's Aaron Thomas? I don't. That name doesn't ring a bell.
Do you mean it's Aaron Taylor Johnson? That's who it is.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, what, the one from Kick-Ass?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It might be a good choice then.
Yeah. More family-friendly stuff.
It has been rumored that we might be getting a Kick-Ass 3, which is, I don't even know why they're making it.
Well, they were on about a Hit Girl show, weren't they? Or a Hit Girl spin-off as well a few years
They
back.
were a while ago.
Yeah.
But it's been so long now. When was the second one? 2013?
Something like that, yeah. It was quite a while ago, wasn't it?
It's when I watched it. I watched that when I was 30.
You'd have to reboot it now, get new casting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
The View with Drew says, which villain do you prefer more, Mysterio or Vulture? I'll probably say Vulture because of Michael Keaton.
Yeah, Vulture.
Yeah, it's hard to pick for me. I like them both.
I think Bruce Campbell should have played Mysterio.
Oh, that'd have been amazing.
That's what they were originally going to do, because do like all the Bruce Campbell's cameos.
Yeah,
it was actually he was supposed to have be built. That's going to be like the big build up to the Maguire series. Like, I think for the 5th movie that we're going to do, that was going to be Bruce Campbell being introduced as Mysterio himself, and I can tell it would have just worked so well. The man of illusions. I think it would have just pulled off, because I think he is the perfect person doing that, and it just worked. So if he shows up in the as Mysterio in No Way Home, that will just be yes, that's the biggest moment for me. Or even in Doctor Strange, because he is rumored to be in Doctor Strange as well.
Well, Sam Raimi, isn't he? He's doing the second one, isn't he now? So I bet he'll be in that.
It wouldn't surprise me.
Because in the second Spider-Man film, when he was the guy getting the tickets for the thing, even one of his lines is "You can't go in because you're going to ruin the illusion." That was one of his lines. So that'd be what we all saying.
Yeah, it's basically it's all connected. So basically, Mysterio was meant to be the final villain in the whole franchise, but now it's because it's a trilogy now. That was the original move. So basically in the 3rd film, we were supposed to get Vulture. In the 4th film, I think we're going to introduce Electro. Then we're going to get Mysterio. So it would have been absolutely amazing.
That's a shame.
It is a shame.
Due to Sony and everything being absolute twats.
Yeah.
We didn't get the films that we wanted.
No.
So, yeah.
He just broke up my soul in the last minute or two with that one. That'd have been so good how we got all those.
Yeah, they did sound amazing.
They had storyboards. You could see them online of in the 4th one. They had drawings of Spider-Man bringing in Mysterio, into the police. So whether that had been a little funny way to start number 4, and then he takes off his head and it is. I forgot his name now.
Bruce Campbell.
Yeah, but see, Drew Campbell. Who the hell is Drew Campbell?
Drew Campbell. What the hell is Drew Campbell? Hey, man.
Soph says she likes to troll her boyfriend on his streams.
And I should do.
Yeah. The Viewer Drew says, question for everyone. Do you think Spider-Man No Way Home will top Shang-Chi for best comic book movie of the year?
Yeah.
Probably, because it's the biggest film of the year, actually. What it is.
Yeah.
Spider-Man.
It'll do really well in the box office.
Yeah.
Plus, kids want to see Spider-Man more than Shang-Chi, so they're gonna get more tickets than that alone.
Definitely.
It's after half term as well, near Christmas.
Yeah. Oh, perfect timing. A lot of talk between Soph and John. Sean says Cruella, Nobody, and Free Guy are his favourite films of the year. Great selection.
I think Cruella was a choice for a lot of people, though, weren't it? I was surprised by that. I thought it was really good.
Yeah, that just appeared out of nowhere. How good it was.
Yeah, because it's just such a random character.
Mhm. Before the film. Well, basically, I think it's basically before the events of 101 Dalmatians, really.
Yeah.
It's telling that origin story, what it is. I haven't even seen it yet.
Well, they had like a post-credit scene, didn't they, for that as well?
Yeah.
Where it was like going into the Dalmatians, weren't it?
Yeah.
Well, we're getting a sequel, aren't we?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
Is the sequel going to be 101 Dalmatians, or is it just going to be another Cruella story? Or
Don't know.
This is the thing with Cruella. Like they're doing they're doing an origin story to a villain, but then they're changing her motives, which doesn't make her a villain anymore. So then, like, how can you make her one of the biggest Disney villains of all time because she kills dogs when you kind of retcon that in the first one? And like, they kind of put themselves in a little corner with that one. Like, how do you make her evil when you made her likable?
Mm.
Through with the force.
Yeah. Soph says, so far, Cruella and Malignant are her favourites of the year. Malignant is brilliant.
It was okay.
I
thought it was alright.
I haven't seen it.
Still
I'm
not seeing it.
I'm not bothered. See, I'm not really a big fan of Disney. That's the thing. Like I watch like like Pirates of the Caribbean and all that kind of stuff, but it's never really got. It's like I watched all the films when I was a kid. I can watch all the films. It's just all the live action stuff I can't watch.
Yeah.
It's like it just wrecks me childhood. At the end of the day.
So I think some of it's been pretty. Like Lion King, that was an awful one. The original was so good. But it was just
that live action was so woeful. It was awful.
It had no life in it, did it?
No,
it had no heart. It was just felt very soulless.
Yeah.
I think I'd rather watch. Like seriously, I think I'd rather watch Dumbo more than that.
Oh god!
Even though Dumbo's bad, it's less bad. Oh.
No.
There isn't one live action remake I would pick to watch over an animated one.
Did anyone like the Alice in Wonderland ones? Because I thought they were okay.
Yeah, they
the
were
first one was all right. Yeah,
because they were more dark. Like weren't they? Yeah, because like.
Did you like the second one? Did you see the second one, the time travel one?
No,
that's really good.
Oh.
It's Sacha Baron Cohen plays the character at time.
Yeah, I didn't expect the movie. It was like just like a whole like time travel movie going through like what's it, Wonderland, is it? And just it was a crazy film, but it was a decent watch. That surprised.
Yeah. What other Disney live action films are coming? I know we've got The Little Mermaid. There's rumors. Which one?
Pinocchio. Tom Hanks is playing Geppetto.
Really?
Right.
Oh, I didn't know that one.
Yeah.
Big cast in there.
And then you got Peter Pan.
Peter Pan.
Snow White as well. They're doing that.
They're basically just going to do the whole animated catalogue, aren't they?
You don't need it because you've already got them. You know, it's I get it. Like you can make newer, like younger kids now watch them, then they can find the old material and go back and see what it was based off. But if you're not going to improve on it or make it better, there's no point making it because you're just kind of ruining the memory of those who have watched it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. We have Matt here. Good evening. Thanks for joining, Matt.
Hey, Matt.
Hey, Matt.
John says the fight scenes in Shang-Chi on the bamboo scaffolding was straight out of a Jackie Chan movie. Brilliant. Yeah, that was a great scene.
Another scene ruined by Katie.
Did you like the end bit with Katie killing the dragon?
I wanted to die inside when she killed the dragon. Like any scene, it's like
I should have said spoiler.
It's literally like she has no training, and if someone just goes to her, breathe, and she's like, "Oh my god, I'm just firing arrows for fun right now behind my head. I'm Hawkeye." You know what I mean? It's like because an old guy tells her to breathe. That's like someone telling me, "Don't blink," and I turn into John Wick all of a sudden. You know what I mean? It makes no sense at all, like getting that dragon. And then just everything about that film is good, apart from her.
Well, did you hear about the Katie solo spin-off movie they're doing next, Joe? Have you heard about that?
Do you hate me? Give me the worst news of my entire life. What's it gonna be called? Marble Katie. Oh, I must run to the cinema. I must buy Disney Plus just to watch that TV series. You know, screw like the Book of Death or anything else. You know what I mean? Just all about Katie. That's what it's going to be called. All about Katie. Oh God! I could go on saying. She'll be the new Doctor Who.
Oh,
you know,
Then the only good thing, the lass who like played Katie was in Jumanji when she played the fucking old guy. You know, Danny DeVito.
I knew. Yeah, I knew. I was thinking, I know you from somewhere, and you're really annoying. And I thought, where have I seen your annoyingness before? But I got back home and looked on Google, and I was like, I knew it because she felt really out of place in that film. I was like, who's this? Who's this? And I know she's really popular because she's like crazy. What's it called? Crazy Rich Asians and other films. But I don't know. Like as a side character, she was awful. Like really, really bad. It was like having James Corden in there. You know what I mean? That's how bad it was. It was.
Oh wow.
Now you guys feel it. Now you guys understand.
Oh, James Corden, say no more.
Then the last good thing he's done was Gavin and Stacey.
I don't mind Peter Rabbit because you don't see him, you just hear him. Mind you, that's just as bad.
Now his voice. Oh, I can't stand it.
I don't get it.
Yeah, he's like really popular in America. I don't understand it. But
yeah, I don't even know.
He's really not.
The thing is, right? How the hell did he even become the bloody host of the Late Late Show over in America? That's the one thing. Like, it's like,
it doesn't work.
Like, just doesn't work. He's just like, look, I tell you something. The last time he was like really going in something was like Gavin and Stacey. That's all he done. That was like the last good thing he did. And unless we're in Vampire Killers.
The OG.
Yeah, like the OG, his OG stuff is literally better than the stuff he does today. Like literally, it's all terrible.
Oh, somebody showed me a clip of him and cats, and that was enough to give me nightmares for a week.
God's sake. Okay.
Ricky Gervais, what he said about him in the Golden Globes. He was like, this year we saw James Corden as a pussy. And he was in the film Cats.
I think I'd rather watch Jimmy Gervais than him.
Yeah.
Oh,
Anyway, moving on. We've got Rob here. Hey, Rob. Thanks for joining.
Hey, Rob.
Hey, Rob.
We have Jonathan, Man of Movies here. He says, hey guys, who's that GeekyhiJynx guy? Very handsome.
My goodness me. Hi, John. That's John, Man of Movies. Great channel.
Yeah.
Hey, Jonathan.
Hey, John.
Hey, John.
The Upside Down says, Shang-Chi is one of my favourites. Yeah. And A Quiet Place 2 as well. Yeah, I really enjoyed Quiet Place 2. We are getting a third one, aren't we?
Yeah, we are. Because like they got it because they can't finish the. It got left on a cliffhanger. That's the reason. Like you can't just leave it there.
We're getting a video game next year, though. That'll be interesting.
How's that even going to work? You just stand still for 2 hours and then it says complete because you don't do anything.
It's true. Soph hasn't seen the Quiet Place films yet. No, you definitely want to, Soph. They're really good.
Yeah.
You're in for a treat.
And Quiet Place is also getting a spin-off movie as well.
Are they?
Yeah, so that'll be interesting.
Yeah. They're going to make it a big series, aren't they? Expand the universe.
But seeing it's making a spin-off, it's basically just going to be the same film.
Yep.
But it'll still be good.
Well, the script for A Quiet Place must be really easy. 95% quiet. No song, no script. But Soph says, who is your movie celeb crush? Everyone knows whose hers is. It's Matthew Lillard. Hers is.
No, I don't even know why.
Oh.
What from Scooby Doo and Scream?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh God.
She says his name about 20 times a day.
It depends when and where. That's what
Oh, God.
Oh. So who's your crush, Ryan?
Oh man. Scarlett Johansson.
Oh, good choice.
Yeah. Not like just basically like fit in other movies. I tell you something. Whoa, she's scorching.
Okay, what about you, AP?
Has it got to be strictly movies? Is it? Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose so. She says movie celeb.
Right. Okay. You know what? I'd probably say Emily Blunt. You know, I think I would like talking about Emily Blunt before. Yeah. Yeah, I think she's quite attractive.
I think I know who Andy's is.
Yeah. Cody Coleman.
Yep. What about you, Joe?
Mine's really unconventional. We mentioned it twice. I like Emma Stone and Anya Taylor-Joy. You know what I mean? There's something about their confidence I like. You know what I mean? Like, especially in Last Night in Soho, like she just oozes old school charisma. You know what I mean? Like back from the night, like the Silver Age, 1950s, 60s, Breakfast at Tiffany's kind of vibes. You know what I mean? Like she has that
I agree.
thing with her. Because like everyone could say, "Oh, Margot Robbie or Gal Gadot." Yeah, they're very attractive women. But I like a bit more, you know what I mean, substance to it all, and like just the confidence they have. I like.
For me, it'll probably be Kate Blanchett. Yeah, Andy knows it. So does Ryan.
But don't get me wrong. Right? Summer Hayek or Summer Hayek, she's still fucking fit. Even like if she's in her bloody 50, fuck, you know.
She was in the Eternals, was she?
Yeah, she is.
Yeah. I always remember her in Modern Family as well. That's the only thing I've seen her in.
Oh yeah,
she's funny in that.
From Dust Till
I saw her in Desperados. That's the first time I saw her. Desperados with Van Banderas. Yeah, that's the first time I saw her.
I would say From Dust Till Dawn as well.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's a great film.
Yeah. Never seen it.
I love that film.
Man of Movie says favorite movie of 2021 is Lake Mungo. Have to thank GeekyhiJynx for the recommendation.
I think Lake Mungo is the most overrated horror in recent years. It's just they got a nice little steelbook or release, and everyone liked it. And for me, it's just well overhyped, way overhyped. Yeah. Everyone's saying it's the scariest horror to come out in years, and it's like not really. Like The Vigil on Netflix is the scariest film of the year for me. Like scared the crap out of me. Made me feel really uncomfortable watching it in a good way. Lake Mungo is just like one of those ones where it gets spread around and everyone talks about and overhypes it. It's just not scary at all.
Yeah, I haven't heard about that one that you said about Netflix. What was that called again? The Vigil.
It's called The Vigil, and it's really, really good. It's a decent horror. Low budget, self-contained, but it's got some creepy ass. Like, it's really good. Good film.
Oh, I'll have to check that one out. John says Quiet Place was a great movie. Totally agree.
Yeah.
Could be a great trilogy as well if the third one's good.
Yeah, hope so. The Upside Down is going to see Ghostbusters tonight. Cool. Hope you enjoy it, Dan.
Oh, that must be like the Cineworld thing. Like you know, the unlimited stuff.
I think that's like for America. It's an American release.
Yeah. James Moss says, I've got to go now. Bye for now. Thanks for joining, James. The DVD even film bloke says politically correct X-Men name X twats.
I want that. I'm pretty sure you can get that somewhere.
Pistolian Dave says no need to change the X-Men name to appease some oversensitive people that probably won't even watch it.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Look at Doctor Who, for God's sake. You know what I mean? Doctor Who and so many other things just ruined.
Yeah. It's a complete shadow of what it used to be. During the David Tennant era, it was just fantastic. It was.
But it was like, it drew in like 9 million a week on a Saturday.
Yeah.
Which is
I
nuts.
don't think. What is the viewing figures of the new series?
Like
Nothing
1.3
much.
million a week, which
Really?
is awful. Yeah, awful.
Oh, the jeez.
I think like
I
the
suppose-
most like daytime TV, which is on like 1 in the afternoon, gets watched more a week than Doctor Who now.
Yeah, that's shocking.
Because I ducked
Hopefully
out
with
any reviews. I didn't go on YouTube. I didn't get anyone's opinions. No one influenced me to duck out of it halfway through season 1 of Jodie Whittaker's one. I just felt like I was being dictated to every episode. Like, capitalism is bad, and this is bad, and that Spider episode, like, what the hell? That was like one of the worst ones I've ever seen in my entire life.
Yeah.
That was all about global warming, like just spiders and that. They did it the same with Orphan 55 as well.
What, Benny the episode? Oh man.
What's the deal with the new series? Why have they went for like a name Flux underneath it? I didn't watch it since like the Matt Smith era, so I don't watch this.
That's what it is.
Right.
It's just one long storyline.
Oh, right. Is it a new series of it though? Is it like is this Flux the whole series or?
Yes.
Yeah, it's just a new series, but they don't call it like series. What is it, 14 or 13? It's just called Flux.
Even though it is series 13.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, we just call it What the Flux.
What the fuck?
God. What the flux?
Dave says, Josh Van Forstick, not going to call it Fantastic Four, was the biggest pile of shite. They somehow managed to wreck every single character in that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wasn't there a lot of studio interference with that film?
There was tons. Tons of like, because he wanted to make it a horror film, straight up like horror film with Fantastic Four, and it just got interfered with again, like New Mutants, pretty much.
That was at Josh Trank, wasn't it? Who directed that one?
Yeah.
Did he do Chronicle?
He did Chronicle as well.
Yeah.
Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah.
Gee. DVD from Film Bloke says, what about X-congealed pile of cells and DNA?
I like it.
Catchy.
It's quite catchy.
Yeah.
Just say I want to go to the cinema. I have a ticket for X-congealed pile of cells and DNA, please. Rolls just off the tongue. Man of Movie says they should call it X-Woman. They need to get with the times.
No.
If they could, they probably would. But it makes no sense.
Yeah, because like all of what they're trying to do is trying to change like half the franchise and give them female leads.
Bristolian Dave says John Krasinski as Mr. Fantastic, Emily Blunt as Invisible Woman, Zac Efron as Johnny Storm, and bring back Michael Chillis as The Thing and Jason Isaacs as Doctor Doom.
It's not a bad choice of Doctor Doom.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Zac Efron as Johnny Storm. I don't know.
You could play Johnny Storm. I'm trying to think now. I'm trying to think. That's a good one. Who to cast as him? Because Johnny Storm has always been the comic relief, hasn't he? So you need someone who's got like that likability without being annoying. You know what I mean? Like you wouldn't like Charlie Day for me is annoying. So him being Luigi has killed me off as well. In the American movie coming up. So God, that's the most random casting of all time. Anya Taylor-Joy is cool. I can deal with her as Peach.
And then you got Jack Black as Bowser, Seth Rogen as Donkey Kong, and he's supposed to be getting his own spin-off film.
Yeah, Donkey Kong, isn't he? With Seth Rogen. He doesn't get his own spin-off.
Yeah, but the one thing when I did Donkey Kong start talking. Donkey Kong doesn't talk, man. Like, what the hell? No. All what Mario says, "Oh, let's go."
They're gonna probably cast Aquafina as Kirby and just like, make me want to hang myself. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, great. Anything else?
Oh,
dear.
It's got me intrigued, the Super Mario Brothers film, just for the cast alone, but I really am unsure about it.
Yeah.
Do you reckon we're gonna get like this Super Smash Brothers crossover, like team up at the end of it, though? We're getting a Donkey Kong movie as well. It sounds like they could do, couldn't they? I don't think it would. I still think the Detective Pikachu movie. I want to see talking like Nintendo properties. I'd love to see a sequel to that, if anything.
I want to see a Metroid film. I think that would be great.
That'd be cool. Have you played the new game?
Yeah, really good. Loved it.
I ain't played it yet.
Yeah.
I love Metroid. It's one of my favorite game series on the GameCube.
They got a demo at the moment, Joe. Well worth playing. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it's one of the best games on the Switch at the moment. Apparently, rumors is they're completely remaking the first Metroid Prime from the ground up for Switch.
Right.
That last boss, I hate with all my life in Metroid Prime 1. One of the most hardest bosses I've ever done in my entire life in that game.
Yeah, definitely.
It's like Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time. I got that like I think the same week it came out in N64, and there's one boss I couldn't do because I was too inexperienced as a gamer. It took me 7 years to complete that game because I literally started it again and I beat that boss and I was like, it's my time. It's my time, and I was so happy when I completed that game. It's my favorite game of all time, Ocarina of Time.
Yeah.
Do you like Breath of the Wild?
I love Breath of the Wild. But one game that I think could be an amazing film is BioShock. I think that'd be a great
film. Yeah.
If the person who makes Dune makes BioShock, I think that'd be a great movie. If they can, because I think he could do a good job of it.
It would be a perfect fit to a film if they could make BioShock into a film. But they're doing Borderlands, isn't there? That's going to be interesting.
Yeah. What other video games coming out soon? There's one that's what's the most recent one? I forget. Oh, Resident Evil. It's coming out this month, isn't it?
Yeah. Is that a movie or a TV show? Is it?
It's a film.
Is it film? Yeah.
I think it comes out next week, like on Tuesday or something.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
It's very similar to the original game, doesn't it, as well?
Yeah, the first two.
Fact it's not being advertised at all does not make me feel good. It's like you've got one trailer, and even then the CGI is like, but we'll see.
Oh, that song choice in the first trailer, jeez.
I love that song.
Yeah, I do, but it just seemed like such an odd choice for that film trailer.
What song was it, Pete?
The Four Non-Blondes, What's Going On, What's Up, or whatever it's called.
You know when it goes, so I said, hey, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I remember now,
I sacrificed my pride and like you probably lost about all your viewers now because of my terrible voice. You know what I mean?
No, we actually got more viewers for that.
Back to coffee.
What's he got? Coffee, has he?
Yes.
Yes.
I want to see what the picture is. Is that a Joker picture in the background?
Yeah, that's a Joker picture in his background.
That's a wicked picture. That's well good. I am very jealous.
Yeah, got that from HLA. Really cool.
That's
good.
Amazing.
Not bad. I've got well more stuff on the walls. You know, right there.
Oh wow,
that's a cool collection.
My goodness me!
You can see up there.
Whoa, that's a lot of pop.
Yeah.
I didn't realise you had so many, Brian.
That's a lot of money right there.
Half of them I got for Christmas, so I was fine.
That's right.
What is the most rare rock pop you've got, Ryan? What's the most rare one you've got?
None.
Really?
Really? The most rarest pop I've got is you know how it's so hard to find a Mandalorian pop, guys?
Right. I've never
This one
collected
right
them, so
Yeah.
Oh,
well, that's cool.
Yeah, you can't get these like unless you go to like Tesco or anywhere like that. You can't
And the
even
only
get
other
them. You
one I've
can't get
got
them.
is Slimer. That's the only other one I've got. Like talking about,
Well,
yeah, from
That's quite a
from
cool
the
one.
OG Ghostbusters.
I think that's the rarest one I've got.
Hey,
oh, the
Chucky.
Chucky.
Yeah, they're really hard to get. Like all the horror pops and everything because they go for ridiculous money.
Yeah.
I used to have a Omnia Darkness pop, but I ended up selling it, which I shouldn't.
No.
Because I only got a fiver for it, and I should have took it
Really?
back.
Oh no.
Yes, I paid 15 quid for that,
Oh,
so I didn't get the money back. So I got robbed by from a fast converters.
mm. Right.
Absolute bastards.
The DVD from Film Bloke says, I'm a classic Doctor Who fan only. Yeah. Do you like watching the classic Doctor Who, Joe?
I watched some of them, like when I was like, I think like 8 years old. Like when I had like, I think my first ever TV I was given was black and white, literally black and white. You had to manually dial it in. It was like, it was like my grand's, and then they gave it to me as my first TV in my room. And I watched. There was a stage where BBC Two would like celebrating an anniversary, and they showed a few random episodes. And I've mainly seen the popular ones, like the regeneration episodes from each Doctor, and a few other ones here and there, but.
Yeah.
Not too much really. I really only got into Doctor Who from Eccleston back in 2005.
Yeah.
That's what really threw myself into it, and then I got hooked.
That's the same here. That's where I started. But I have seen some of the older stuff. My favourite is like John Pertwee and Tom Baker.
Oh yeah. It's a hard one because there's like no one has time to really go through them all. It's not like James Bond where they're like films. You know, I mean, you can go through pretty much all of them in like maybe 2 to 3 weeks. To go through a TV series nowadays is just too hard. With anything like Star Trek, for example, it's like to go through all the Star Trek, the Kirk ones, and then the what are they called, Next Generation. I ain't got time for that. You know what I mean? It's a shame because they're probably very good, but I just ain't got time.
Yeah, I can understand.
It's because they got too many episodes. That's the reason.
That's true.
Like 20 odd episodes a season. It's like there's too many. I think the minimum amount of episodes that really should really watch is probably like 9 or 10 now. Like the episodes that we get.
Yeah.
I would also say 6 is probably really good amount for a series.
That's why I love anime. Anime is like 17 minutes an episode because they were 23 minutes really, but that's like 3 minutes of that is the intro and the outro. So literally you got about an 18-minute like episode, and you can like do 4 of those in like an hour and 10 minutes. And like so things like One Piece seem like scary, but if you really like do 4 episodes a day, you can chip into it over a year.
Yeah, it's like I think it's like with Pokemon, like One Piece, and like any other like I would say Fairy Tail, like nearly half of the episode is it's literally like the start of the end. In every episode, it's basically so you rewatch the last like 5 minutes, and then it leads you on in the actual episode. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So from like one, it's like so basically they're just wasting screen time that they could be using because they did it with Dragon Ball as well.
Yeah.
Last time Dragon Ball.
The DVD and Film Bloke says Tommy Wiseau would make a good doctor. Who's he?
He's the room.
He's back in the room.
Oh no.
You're tearing me apart, Lisa. That guy.
Exactly. He was actually wanting to become the Joker as well.
Yeah.
It didn't work. Like, he looked the part, but he wouldn't be able to do it.
Did you see on YouTube? He actually done a Joker like monologue. He dressed up as Heath Ledger's Joker, and he was acting like the Joker. It's hilarious. It's on YouTube. It's really really funny.
I'll have to check that out. Yeah. Soph says she doesn't want another woman as the Doctor.
Yeah, but the thing is, where do you go from a woman? Because if they go back to a man, they're going to get backlash. Like, oh, like you only did one season, blah, 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 but you're going to go back to another 10 doctors being member for it. It's like, or like, do they just try something different? They can't really win. But I think the BBC need to grow some balls and be like, this is our TV show. We're going to take it back to its roots, where it's about a man or woman in a blue box traveling time and space, having adventures with no politics or no stupidness in there. Just give us a good story and a good time with some good characters, and we'll come back. But if you try and if it's too much like trying to please everyone, it's like a restaurant. If you're going into an Italian restaurant and someone goes, "There's no Mexican food," it's like, well, go to a Mexican restaurant if you want some Mexican. Like, you can't please everyone, so don't try. Just make a good story, and that should be enough.
Absolutely.
I think the best thing is like what got announced in September. Russell's coming back.
Yeah.
So like, I'm hoping we're gonna, like, with the 60th anniversary special coming out in 2 years' time, I'm hoping we're gonna get a really absolute amazing special, like feature length, and I hope it's gonna introduce a new Doctor, like, you know, bring something new to the table. Like, it needs rebooting, like after this fucking era, because it's this fucking death. It's death there.
He may reboot it, you know. Like, they could just end it with Whittaker and be like, you know what, we can't come back from this because if we change anything, the backlash. But then if they change it, the thing is, they don't realize if they change a few things that are ruined, they'll get like all their views back. That's what they don't understand.
Yeah.
They might lose the people that love this, but then people aren't watching. They're just talking about on Twitter and stuff and stupid little blogs on YouTube. You know what I mean? It's about how Doctor Who should be, and it's like, you don't even watch the show. Like, I guarantee you can't even describe one episode of Jodie Whittaker. But if I went to the guys now, describe to me one Eccleston episode in detail, you guys could really easily, like, all the plot points. So I mean, like, don't worry about. They should just scrap the politics, change things back, and then we'll all come back, and then the views go back, the merch will come back, and everyone will be happy.
Yeah, I'll totally agree on that one.
I think just like it's like a shot, like a poll with the fans, or like, you know, they got the websites, they got the Facebook, social media. Do a poll to say what people want. Like, if they want a man, they want a woman. You know, maybe like do like that. Just make it a bit more for the fans. Let the fans get a choice. I know, like in the next series after this, I think the BBC have sold so many rights to it. I read the other day to some company in America, and it's going to go like half and half moving forward on the budgets. So maybe it'll be. Yeah, I don't know who is it. I don't know who's bought it. Is it HBO? Is it? Yeah. So maybe it might like an American actor for a change, just some. But I think give the fans more choice in it. Do like a poll to see what the fans want, like what do they prefer from the previous series and stuff like that, and go in that direction with it.
They just need to fix the writing. I mean, the companions have been really rather boring. I thought Bradley Walsh was a bit of a letdown.
Yeah. It's the thing is, like, he should have said the chase is on. That's right. That's what he should have said. You know, like, went away from them. But if you see, in my opinion, I think the only thing what's good about the series so far is basically John Bishop and his dog.
Yeah.
And his walk.
Oh, yeah. And the memes that come out of it.
Evil Dan.
Like, Amy Pond's my favorite companion. I love Amy Pond. Like, I think who else there?
Karen Gillan.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. Even Catherine Tate, she was great. She was fucking hilarious.
Catherine Tate was fantastic. She just really played off well with David Tennant. They had such good chemistry.
Yeah. I think I can guess that Catherine Tate must have got involved with the comedy on that series, because it feels like really good. Like, it's a bit of Catherine Tate, like the Catherine Tate show, you know. It's like, so she must have helped on the comedy bit.
Yeah.
Like, while Russell was like doing the dead serious stuff. But let's say the same thing. Like, the comedy in Doctor Who now, it's just shit. Like, I don't laugh at it.
Is there a comedy in new series of Doctor Who? I don't think there is.
It's like, oh. Like, seriously,
a shame.
It is a shame. I remember watching something online, and somebody said, "I want to see the next Doctor be a dog, so we can have Doctor Who."
all you're gonna hear is barking.
Probably be a better script than what we've got now. The kennel's the TARDIS.
Yeah, that's it.
What they could do, because the Doctor can like literally regenerate into anything. Like imagine the Doctor regenerating into like, I'm going to say Jadun or something. And it goes to Earth like. You must have to try to like fight it. Like if they did do that, like regenerate into like a different form of alien or something like kind of that. It can't happen. I didn't know like that could be something new to the show. I would love to show that. Like, you know. But it's something new and it would make more sense.
Like a Jekyll and Hyde thing, you know what I mean? Like you can like almost be two things. Like you'd be the person and then almost be fighting against this side that shouldn't be there.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. Well, why are we writing a better script on a live stream right now than the show as it is?
Yeah, like I've been tell you something. Me and Pete would be say like, I'll tell you something. I bet we'll write a better fucking script than what fucking Chimnall's doing at the minute.
Yeah.
Honestly, one of us can go to the toilet right now and wipe our ass, and it's still a better script than anything we're getting in time. I like it.
Yep.
I didn't have maybe a bit too far. I'm gonna be quiet.
Yeah. Well, we normally do the stream on a Sunday night where we moan about Doctor Who as well, don't we, Ryan?
Yeah, we do. Like we'll talk about the new episode. I think I'm gonna start going into spoiler territory like soon, like because like,
Well, you don't have to really spoil anything. All you gotta say is 2 words. It's shit.
Shit. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, let's move on.
We're not. We'll get more Doctor Who stuff. The DVD and film bloke says Joe Pesci would make a good Doctor, the first Doctor to swear.
Yeah.
Oh.
I love Joe Pesci.
John says, imagine if Sophie Whittaker, Jodie Whittaker, met Sarah Jane in an episode. Sadly couldn't happen now, but it would have been great for her to meet one of the strong previous companions.
Yeah.
I like the sound of Sophie Whittaker.
Yeah, who is Sophie Whittaker, John? Oh man, haha, too many night shifts.
Jodie, I mean,
stop.
Who is this person?
I don't know who this person is. I keep trying to block them, but it won't block them.
Are they on the show next week or?
Nigga, HC, XYZ.
I blocked him. Why?
Life on Soho.
What a brilliant advertisement having a stream.
Yeah.
I keep blocking them and they seem to reappear all the time.
I always see the cheese guy in other people's streams. You know, what kind of cheese do you like?
Yeah, what's your favourite type of cheese and all that sort of stuff. Yeah.
You want to hear the latest? It's all about flesh. It's all about flesh now.
Yeah.
It's saying that I want to feel your skin. Like I want to.
Oh my god!
I want to taste you. Yeah. Kind of fucking hell. It's turned into fucking Texas Chainsaw Massacre territory.
Sounds like the guy from Silence of the Lambs. What's his name? Bill. Yeah.
Yeah. Was it last week we had loads of them, Ryan?
Yeah,
it was like hordes of them. Some of the stuff was over the top.
Like it was the same. We were trying to spoil. I think it was Ghostbusters last week as well.
Yeah. I had a few spoilers for that.
They were trying to say that Paul Rudd died, and then I think before it was Gemma Chan who died. It was like in the Eternals. It's all bullshit. It's like all I want. Yeah, this is why all I want to do is just tell them to fuck off.
Yeah.
They just keep.
I don't know why people got to do that for us. So
because they ain't got the balls to be on camera and do it themselves. You know what I mean? It's easier for them to chip away at other people trying to have fun and do things. You know what I mean? If they want to sit behind their keyboard, locked in a dark room, and never knowing what it's like to touch a woman, then they can do that. You know what I mean? But it's it's just screw them, really. You know what I mean? Now I feel sorry for them. They got to live their whole lives like that, where we're all good. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree, Joe. No, it's just they got nothing better to do, have they?
No. Brat says my two celebrity crushes are Judy Garland and Barbara Streisand. I've had a crush on them since I was a kid and still to this day.
Oh, okay.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Oh, nice.
Judy Garland.
Yeah, good for you, bro.
Back in the day.
Peter says politically correct Wolverine. Yuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. The View with Drew says, question for everyone. What do you think is the most overrated superhero casting choice? For me, it's Elizabeth Olsen as Scarlet Witch and Mark Ruffalo as Hulk. Really?
I'll be honest. I think casting's been pretty spot on for superhero films lately. I can't think of
I
it.
think I have.
That's really been miscast. I think everyone's been cast perfectly. Like I mentioned Tom Holland earlier, but he's a different kind of Spider-Man. He's not my Spider-Man, but for a different comic book reader or fan, he's their Spider-Man, which is fine.
Yeah.
I disagree with Elizabeth Olsen. I think she's probably my favorite Marvel character now, based on I always liked the character. I always like characters that are like Mob Psycho, the anime. I always like characters that have this inner power that they like Gohan from Dragon Ball Z. It's there, but they haven't really know how to untap it And with him fitting like Endgame, which he almost kills Thanos in WandaVision, I think they really fleshed out a character, and I like her a lot more because of that. So I think she's a wicked character.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think she's one of my favourite characters of the MCU. After watching WandaVision, she's definitely shot up there as one of my favourites.
Yeah.
What about you, Ryan? Is there any you think are not very good casted? I think they've been pretty much spot on.
Yeah, I totally agree. I'm just trying to think who's now there's nothing for me to complain really. It's like there's only been like a recast like for one character, and that was like like Edward Norton, like Mark Ruffalo before he became Hulk was like Edward Norton.
And what's his face? War Machine. They recast, didn't they? Iron Man.
Yeah,
it's like see me. I'll always see Don Cheadle as War Machine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's all spot on.
I think a really good War Machine would have, if he was still alive, would have been Michael Clark Douglas. The guy that played. He was in Green Mile. And
Play Kingpin. Was it Kingpin?
Yeah. He'd been a really good War Machine because he would have just been like more tankier. Yeah, you could have put more on him, because remember the Iron Man cartoon on Fox Kids? Like Iron Man, like War Machine in that was a war machine. Like he had, and even in Marvel vs. Capcom back in the day on the PlayStation 1, he was he was like proper kitted out. So when I saw War Machine in the MCU, he's probably just like Iron Man light. Do you know what I mean? That's why.
What do you make of? Did anyone watch the Disney Plus Day the other day?
No, I missed him. I was
bits and pieces. Yeah.
Did you see the trailer for the She-Hulk show?
I saw it.
Yeah.
What do you make of it?
Not
looked okay, I suppose. I couldn't really say much about it.
I think she'll be good in the role. The girl, the actress who's playing it.
CGI was a bit off though, I thought, but maybe it's looked a bit like the CGI reminded me of the 2003 Hulk.
Right.
Like it looked a bit too green and a bit like Shrekky at times.
Yeah, so like basically she should have like the same skin color like what the Hulk's supposed to have in the movies.
Yeah.
Do you think she'll be CGI in it though, or she'll just be like painted like Gamora?
Yeah, that's a good question. I don't think they'll be painted, but I think they'll use some sort of filter to make her green. Do you know what I mean? Some like digital trickery.
Because she just looked like it showed like the back of it in it, and she just looked muscular. She didn't look like CGI. It looked. I mean, you couldn't see that much, but I mean, for the whole show, I think even in the comics, she's not like super big, is she? She's like more in proportion to a normal human, isn't she?
Yeah.
In the comics.
Yeah, smaller frame.
Yeah.
I've got the Red Hulk though. That'd be cool. If they get the Red Hulk in it, that'd be wicked.
Yeah,
that'd be quite cool.
Yeah, that's been rumored that he might be getting introduced. I wouldn't say in She-Hulk, but probably like in a future project.
Well, they got the Abomination returning as well. He's in that show, isn't he?
Yeah. The thing is, he come back as a villain as well because they do it. I think the villain's going to be taking part Titania or whatever. I was the first time I heard of that character.
Oh.
Yeah. I bet your Abominations is going to be a side character.
She was in Secret Wars, wasn't she? Titania.
Yeah, I think so. She was. Secret Wars.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah.
Because all at the minute, I think we only got like in Secret Invasion. That's cool. I think Secret Wars is in development. I can tell.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, yeah, that'll definitely happen.
Right. The viewer Drew says they don't touch Hugh Jackman as Wolverine. No, he's brilliant. Yeah. Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man. Chadwick Boseman as Black Panther and Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool. Yeah. But I think all the casting has been pretty much top on. What do you think, Andy?
Yeah, the casting's been pretty spot on. I mean, there's been casting announcements that I've gone, oh, I don't really agree with that, and then I've been proved wrong. It's happened quite a lot. I didn't really get on board when Heath Ledger was announced as the Joker the first time, and then when I saw the movie, I was like, well, okay, this is definitely proved me wrong. Same with Ben Affleck as Batman as well, because I think he had that Daredevil baggage to him.
Yeah.
That it was kind of like, ooh, is he going to be a right choice for Batman? And in my opinion, he's probably one of the best parts of that Batman v Superman Justice League sort of.
Yeah, I agree.
But yeah, I'd say there's one casting I've never really been a fan of, and that was probably Anne Hathaway as Catwoman. I never ever really got on board with that. For me, it didn't work, in my opinion.
Yeah. Ooh. DVD from Film Bloke says, I'm still waiting for the film adaptation of Custer's Revenge. Who would they get to direct it?
Oh. First time I've heard of that, but really sounds like some of the worst I've ever heard from.
Oh.
Bloody hell.
I think if I remember correctly, that's a video game from the very early 80s, isn't it?
Yeah, I just Googled it now. I was like, what the hell was Custer's Revenge?
Oh, is that the one that got banned, was it?
Yeah, it's a very infamous one. I think it's got like
man,
nudity and sex in it, yeah. Oh. The viewer Drew says, even Chris Pratt as Star-Lord, Simu Lee as Shang-Chi, and Paul Rudd as Ant-Man are better choices. Paul Rudd as Ant-Man is perfect, I think.
Oh, exactly.
Okay, Jonathan says, what's your most embarrassing poop story? Let's start with GeekyhiJynx.
That's really nuts. No.
That's a strange question, isn't it?
Yeah, because
I don't know.
I told him this crazy story about I won't go into it because it's the craziest story of all time. But it's it was. I told him it's not good, not a good story. It just involves a rainy day and an umbrella. That's what I'm going to say.
Right.
Let your imagination run wild.
He also says, in all serious though, what is a film that came out this year that disappointed you? Not necessarily bad, just disappointing.
Oh,
I've got to say Dune for that one. Dune.
Really?
Yeah. I you know what? I like what's the director called? Dennis Villeneuve.
Oh.
Yeah. I liked a lot of his previous movies. I thought they were all really good. I even like Blade Runner. I thought that was brilliant. But I just couldn't get into the story of Dune. It was just I'd never read the book, so I didn't know what to expect. And going into it like fresh eyes, and I like sci-fi movies, but I watched it. It just didn't feel like anything happened in it. I know it's like a 2 or 3 story like a movie, but just watching it, it just felt like it got to the end, and even at the end, there wasn't anything that made me go like I want a sequel here. It just felt like there was nothing going on with the story. Very slow.
Yeah, it's the same with me. Like half time, I was just falling asleep. Like just sitting in the cinema, I was like, oh, is anything gonna happen? Like, well, there's like stuff does happen. Like there's amazing like fight sequences and then stuff like that, but there's not that much going on, as you said.
And it looked great visually as well. It looked amazing. Where it was just the story, I just felt like it was a bit flat.
Yeah,
it's like what I've heard. It's meant to really kick off in part 2.
I think it's going to be 3 parts.
Well, that's the thing. Like he made the first one, not like the second one was only announced after the success of the first one, so he didn't actually know. And I think that's why the issues you may have had with it was because they had to try and cram in as much as they could, but not really detail it as well as they could have done had they known they had a trilogy to play with. So you know what I mean? They had to try, and so I reckon that the second one's gonna be way more better because they can flesh it out more and do things they couldn't in the first. I liked it, like I mentioned, but I can see why people would have had like my mom and sister and my brother and his fiance. Well, they both watched it. They didn't like it, which is fine, you know, because it's like some people don't like Star Wars, some people don't like Marvel or Doctor Who, which you know, I mean, there's no wrong or right. It's all down to person's individual opinion.
Yeah. Ooh. For me, most disappointing film of the year, probably Halloween Kills.
Fuck that film. Like seriously, all of that film is, all you can hear from the mob is evil dies tonight.
Yeah,
all the time.
That was terrible.
It's like fucking hell. Like, I think the only best thing about that film was just Michael. It's like whenever Michael comes on, yes, people are getting killed, get in. Like it's the most entertainment, but like all like the side characters, like all like what's like meant to be involved in the film. There's just
it was a mess. It was a complete and utter mess. The script was awful. Oh, jeez.
Like seriously, like I think I'd rather watch like no, I wouldn't say rather watch, but I think the only good other scene when that whole film was Big John, Little John. That's like, you know, those 2 characters are just literally fucking bang on, fucking comedy gold. It's like I was just laughing like all the way through when they were on, but I was just sad that they got killed. I was like, oh.
But the best bits of the film were all showed in the trailers. Really, you've seen the film in the trailer.
Already got spoiled because like they showed him like how Michael got out. I was like, okay, and then you just spoiled. That's the ultimate spoiler. You just spoiled that in the trailer. Like, why? Like they could have made other scenes for that trailer. Like show what's going on, like how the kills are going to be like done, like that kind of thing. Right? Don't show the character. It was like I just felt it was just wasted potential. Like that could have been a really interesting how he's going to get out, but they just messed it.
Yeah, trailers are strange, aren't they? Because you think that if it's an unknown property like Inception or The Matrix, when that first came out, you need a trailer to give quite a bit more away because you need people to come in and watch it so they can make money. But films like Halloween Kills, Spider-Man No Way Home, you don't need to show anything because the brand recognition is enough to bring people in. Like Halloween coming out in October is another reason to go watch Halloween in October because it's a horror film out in that period of time. Spider-Man, like you don't need the trailer to go and see it. If anything, no trailer will make you want to see it more because it's gonna surprise you more in the end. It's strange what I do that.
Yeah.
So what was your most disappointing film of the year, Andy?
I'd probably say I've got probably 2. I would probably say Space Jam and maybe Eternals as well. Like I didn't mind it. Don't get me wrong, I didn't mind Eternals, but for a property from Marvel, I expected a lot more. I won't get into spoilers, but the first half mid-credit scene was just like nah, I'm done. This can't be serious. The way they're taking this, with who they brought in, I was just like, no, you've lost me. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, Space Jam was. I mean, it wasn't. I don't think it was ever going to be good, but it was like, this is pretty bad. But Eternals to me felt like a very loose remake of Blues Brothers, if that makes sense. Like, let's get the band back together.
What an analogy!
Yeah.
Blues Brothers.
What about you, Joe? What's your most disappointed film of the year?
Kind of controversial because I know a lot of people love it, but I wasn't too keen on the Suicide Squad.
Okay.
Mainly because I'm a big fan of dark DC content like the Arkham games and stuff, and watching it, and knowing what the Suicide Squad can be compared to what we're getting. Like, what people are getting in the cinema is a really crappy version of what they actually are in the comics and in the animated TV, like movies, because they're a lot more darker. And one thing I don't like is they're made into these heroes, but really they're all villains, and in the they do bad things, but they're not really anti-villains at all. And they had some good moments in it, like Harley Quinn was good in it, but annoying at times. Like, if anything, when her scenes came on, I wanted to get back to the Idris Elba's character, like, and all that, because she was a bit like, it was like a Harley Quinn side movie quest. You know what I mean? It's like she's doing her own little thing. It's like, all right. And it was okay. Just like, I wish they had like the gritty feel of the first, but with James Gunn's playfulness mixed in, because then you would have had the best of both worlds, like the dark with like the humor. Where the first one was a bit too, with the first one, and the second one was a bit too bright and stuff. You know what I mean? And so that was my most disappointing one. Not a bad film, but I expected more. Yeah.
What about you, Ryan?
There's been too many fucking shitty films this year. That's kind of like, I've got two. I'm gonna say Conjuring 3. That is just bad. And I would also say The Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard.
Ooh, I've heard bad things about that.
It's fucking bad. And Halloween Kills, but it's fucking bad. Like, the fucking writing shit, like Samuel L. Jackson and Ryan Reynolds. This is literally what they just didn't even give a fuck about the film.
But is it as bad as the new Home Alone movie though? Because that was bad.
Oh, don't get me started on Home Sweet Home Alone.
That was awful. I couldn't believe how bad it was.
Yeah. I'd rather watch Bone Alone. It's that bad.
I was expecting it was going to be a decent movie though. Just with it being on Disney Plus, I thought maybe they'll give us something like it was going to be like a reboot, but a good reboot, and maybe it had like the callback with like the original. I don't want to spoil it, but they had like one of the original cast members in. But the story, the kid was so unlikable. I think that was the best thing about the originals. Like Macaulay Culkin as Kevin, he was a likable character, and you wanted to like get behind him. And even like the criminals were fun at times, but the criminals just weren't fun. And the kid was just like didn't have a likable bone in him. Like he was
annoying.
You know what the kid reminded me of? You know Kyle's cousin from South Park. You know, I'm he's like that's what reminded me of Cousin Kyle. Like Cousin Kyle. That's what reminded me of that kid.
Peter says, "Don't think I've ever seen a single film that came out this year." Ooh.
My God, that's quite a lot.
We have James here, Jim Jam Movies and TV. Thanks for joining, James.
Hey, James.
John says, Barb and Star Go to Vista de Mar is a movie I really enjoyed this year for some crazy reason, and literally no one ever talks about it. Hasn't even got a UK Blu-ray release.
That's the one with the Isn't it got the one who's in the female Ghostbusters one?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
That's it, yeah.
Kristen Wiig. She was in Wonder Woman 84 as well.
Yeah, it's the cheetah.
Oh, yeah, I was wasted.
Hmm.
It was mostly Kristen Wiig, like, you know, playing herself and then supposed to be playing the Tia. And the CGI for Tia as well was just bad. Literally bad. It's like, what the fuck did they do to this film? Like it had so much potential, like being in the 80s and stuff, like, you know, like bring some like old classic stuff back, like, have that 80s feel. It just didn't.
I've yet to see it. I've heard some really bad things.
Yeah, it's not a good film.
No.
Compared to the first one's really good. He's got his problems, you know, I mean, it ain't perfect, like pacing issues, and in the end as well, to see like the typical CGI fest, but like I thought it was decent, really, like a really good origin story for a superhero.
I agree.
Like with number 2, I think like Pedro Pascal. He was wasted.
Yeah.
He's a brilliant actor. Like he's brilliant as Mando. And he's going to be playing Joel in the new Last of Us series, so I'm looking forward to seeing how that goes.
Oh, is he playing Joel?
Yeah.
Yeah, he is.
Ah, that's cool.
I think he'll do a good job. I think he'll do a really good job. Peter says, wait, did I come up with the Let's Get Kicking guy? Last time I crashed your live stream. If so, I'm honoured.
I thought it was me who made that up. I am the Let's Get Kicking guy.
Don't know. But James says, what's your favourite TV series that had a film released before the show?
God's
sake, this is hot.
It's got to be Breaking Bad. Breaking Bad, and it's got the TV, what was the spin-off, El Camino?
Yeah.
That's the only one I can think of.
I can't really think of any.
I think this is released before the show.
A film released before?
Yeah.
What's your favourite TV series that had a film released before the show?
Right, okay, right. Yeah.
That's the thing.
I want to go and grab mine.
It's difficult, you know.
That's a really difficult one, yeah.
I'm trying to think here.
Because, like, Sailor, it was film and the TV series.
Give me a money, don't I chat? Talk about
Buffy.
Hey, do you know what? Yeah. I'd say Big Hero 6 as well. Because they got the Baymax show coming out, and they had like another animated Baymax show on Disney. That was good. I like that film.
That's a good one.
Well, that's Marvel as well, you know, like the Big Hero 6. Yeah, it's more like it's more darker than what you see in the Disney film. So yeah, I haven't read any of the Big Hero 6 comics, but
did you like the movie?
Yeah, the movie's brilliant. I thought it was brilliant. I like even getting to see that Stan Lee cameo as well. That was brilliant. So yeah, I'm not gonna say how big the Baymax will come out as, but like I would say Buffy the Vampire Slayer as well.
Yeah,
because like that had a movie before the TV series.
Yeah.
So, but even though I'm not really a big fan of the movie, but I prefer the TV series because I think it's more fun. Because it brings like so much, like it's all practical effects, which I actually enjoy. Like practical effects is like pretty much better than you see with CGI these days. Because which I can say like is that it looks more fake. You know what I mean? Like with practical effects, it brings more of a realistic tone than what happens in real life. You know, that's what brings it to it. So yeah, I would say Buffy for me.
Yeah. What about the Indiana Jones TV series?
Oh, back on Young was it the Chronicles?
Young Indiana Jones. Yeah.
Like that. I can actually really hard.
I've
Yeah.
never watched that.
I would say, for basing it on the moment, I'd probably say like Cobra Kai.
Oh yes.
Oh yeah.
Oh, fucking love Cobra Kai. Oh man. See, I think the new series comes out on the 31st. I think.
Yeah.
It's like
this
2
month.
seasons. Yeah, next month. Yeah.
Oh god.
Like literally, I'll probably be watching all the episodes like straight away in one day. Because they're only like 20-odd minute episodes, so like that's fucking brilliant.
There's nothing else to do, is it? It's like, what is it? If it's 31st, it'll be like New Year's Eve. So you just bang it out before the New Year.
But, yeah, no, it's like what?
Yeah.
I think I'll probably end up watching it on New Year's, so I didn't have to watch Doctor Who.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
I probably like don't want to end up like I think I'd rather watch it's like I say, right? I don't give a fuck about Doctor Who's like New Year's special because I know what's gonna be. Daleks. That's all what's gonna be.
Yeah,
like,
or the Cybermen.
Or Cybermen if they do come back, because I only had a quick glimpse. And he made a cameo.
It was a cameo appearance last week, even though we thought it was going to be like a more fleshed out episode about the Cyberman.
Yeah, I thought it was a Weeping Angel origin story. Oh, the fuck that up. Right, moving on. Yeah, I would say. I probably would prefer watching Cobra Kai.
Yeah.
I know it's good.
What about you, Andy?
Mine's a cartoon. I used to watch the cartoon when I was a kid, and I had no idea there was a movie. So I went back and watched the movie, and it is Real Ghostbusters.
Oh,
yeah. I loved the show as a kid. I absolutely adored it. One of the best cartoon intros ever, and the stories were just so creative. The designs of the ghosts were amazing. The characters were great and on point, and I just loved it so much. I thought it was just one of my favorite childhood shows of all time. Love it. And I had no idea it was based on a movie for many years. And I went back in the 90s and watched the movie and loved the movie as well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I would say, like in my opinion, I would say a Real Ghostbusters. I think that's canon, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like you had the two films, so like you got the Real Ghostbusters, like absolute canon, just right there.
What's funny about that as well is the guy that voiced Bill Venkman was
music,
Big Garfield, and then Bill Murray did Garfield. Topsy-turvy world.
Yeah, it's a funny little story, that, yeah.
I love that TV show. The Boogeyman one. Was it the Boogeyman episode?
Yeah. The Boogeyman's terrifying. He looks like a rat, but he's just absolutely terrifying. The Sam Hain design as well. Fucking phenomenal. Love it.
Ooh. James says, thoughts on The Fog. Haven't seen it.
Yeah,
I love it.
It's an absolute brilliant John Carpenter film. It's I think it's one of the most original ideas that you've got back from the 80s. It's so well toned. It's basically what it is. It's basically just the pirates trying to go out and just go out in revenge and just attack people. Is what it is. But it's really good how the whole story's been really all presented in that. You get to see Jamie Lee Curtis doing the best role. You get to see Tom Atkins from Halloween 3. It's just I think it's a really good interesting ghost story, but with pirates.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That sounds actually quite good.
It's one I've missed. I think after Halloween Kills, I went home and I watched that Netflix TV show, Movies That Made Us.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I literally watched the horror because I'd done Nightmare on Elm Street, Halloween, and I watched then the making of the thing. And when you only get into sort of rabbit hole where you watch the making of things over and over, you get into. And I thought to myself, I saw John Carpenter. There's a few films I ain't seen from him, and The Fog was one of them. So I definitely want to watch that at some point.
It's a brilliant film.
Yeah.
Stand in Silence says Playtendoguy has the best way of reading the comments.
I agree.
Why, thank you. James says, what TV, film, show on Netflix or Prime do you wish had a physical release? Stranger Things.
Yeah. See,
Mine's
like,
Queen's Gambit. Queen's Gambit. I wish I had a physical release.
Queen's Gambit.
Is that the one with Anna Taylor-Joy in it?
Yeah. I think that's my favorite show of last year. Love that TV show.
Ooh.
I have to watch that one, Em. Ooh.
See, I don't know, like, how they didn't release a physical release by now. It's like it's a successful series. Like, I would have like had that in my collection because it has that Goonies vibe. You know what I mean? Goonies and mixed with fantasy horror. It just works so well. I think that should really get a physical release, like all 3 seasons. But I think it is out in physical media, but it's only like in the special limited editions in America.
Yeah.
I mean, has the boys had a physical release yet?
Yep. The boys have.
Yeah, both seasons.
That's a really surprised by that. Like Jack Ryan as well. That's not. I don't know if that's had a physical release, but that was
Jack Ryan's an amazing TV show. So underrated that TV show.
Really good show.
What about you, Andy?
There's a movie that I think it came out last year, Trial of the Chicago 7. I'd absolutely love to get a Blu-ray of that.
Yeah.
That's a Sacha Baron Cohen. Is that the Sacha Baron Cohen one? Yeah.
Yeah, I love that film. That was great.
James says, is anybody going to watch... Is that Tiger King? Tiger King 2?
Lion King 2?
Oh, Lion King 2. Oh, really? They're doing a sequel?
Yeah, they're bringing out Lion
It's Tiger King. It's Tiger King of the... That's a tiger.
It's a tiger, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the documentary series on Netflix.
Yeah, I know. The Joe Exotic guy.
See me, I'm not even interested in Tiger King.
It never grabbed me either. Like, everyone was like going on about it, and I was just like, it doesn't really do it for me at all. Kind of looks boring.
Yeah, I watched a couple of episodes, and I was like, didn't bother.
But there is a Lion King 2 coming out, by the way. That's been announced. That is coming out down the line.
I don't know why we need a Lion King 2. Is this going to be another live action one?
Yeah, this is.
Well, isn't it a prequel to this one? Like they do Mufasa.
It is a prequel to the first one because everyone needs to know how Scar got his sky. You know, like that's a big thing.
Did you ever watch the do you know the original ones, the Hakuna Matata, the third one?
Yeah, back in the ITV days.
That was brilliant. I love that film. I thought it was great. Just the way it filled up in like all the holes, and it was just like looking back at the story and just taking the mick out of the story. It was just funny. Yeah. I enjoyed that one.
That was a lot of fun. That one was.
Going back now.
Peter says season 3 of Daredevil with what the fuck is up with releasing just the first and second on physical, but not the third one.
It's a lot of them Marvel shows like that, weren't they?
Chrissy says the actress who played Katie from Shang-Chi would make a great Doctor.
It's Jodie Whittaker all over again.
Why do you hate us?
Oh.
we just want a TV show back.
James says Spencer definitely deserves to get the recognition it deserves. Oh, that's that Diana film, isn't it, with Kirsten Stewart? Yeah, I think you went to see that with Jules, didn't you, James?
Oh, like that's amazing.
Luke's here. Andy is back. Hi guys, how's this going, lads? What did everyone think of the new Spider-Man No Way Home trailer? Sorry if this trailer's already been asked.
We've already
asked it, but yeah, we're looking forward to it.
Yeah.
And when are you all going to see Ghostbusters? We answered that one as well, don't we?
Yeah.
Over the weekend at some point.
Yeah. Tomorrow.
Probably next week.
Yeah. Andy, what's your favourite Julie Walter film? Julie Walters film.
I like Educating Rita. I think that's a pretty good one.
Yeah, that's a good film with Michael Caine.
Yeah. Calendar Girls is all right. I don't mind it. And I'd probably say the Harry Potter films as well.
Yeah.
They're entertaining. Yeah, that's all I can really think of right now.
Buster's a good one with Phil Collins about the Great Train Robbery.
The Great Train Robber. Yeah, that's a good film.
I'll have to have a look at
that. Edward says, do you think they will explain how Hawkeye became Hawkeye in the new series, and do you think it should have been a standalone movie instead of a TV series?
Nah.
I don't really need to know like Hawkeye became Hawkeye. Well, basically Hawkeye. He just works for Shield. That's all he really need. He works for. He started from Shield. That's all we need to do. Like I just want to see Hawkeye at his best, you know, because he's a really underrated character in the MCU. Like,
yeah,
seriously.
I agree.
So this is his time to shine. I know they introduced in a new Hawkeye who's taken over from Jeremy Renner because I think he's leaving after this. So it's like he's in his like middle 50s now. Like he's getting on. So
I think he's been a bit underused throughout the whole series of films.
But like exactly, I don't know why is he not getting his own film, because he's part of the original Avengers.
Yep.
Like, you could have Black Widow or her own film, but why not Hawkeye? So
that's true.
So basically, Hawkeye should have got his own film instead of a TV series.
I think Hawkeye and Black Widow should have had a joint movie, like early on.
That's a good idea.
Like, they see what happened in Budapest.
Yeah, like literally a film about that. That'd have been perfect.
Yeah,
because I keep going on about this.
True.
It would have been more interesting, and the dynamic will probably be more like, you know, relaxed, more fun.
The only problem I'm seeing now with Marvel is there's too much coming out in regards to TV shows. Like the casual fan, if they're going to watch, like, say for example, they're going to see the next Avengers film, and there's a new Hulk who's a woman, there's a new Hawkeye as a woman, there's all these new characters, like Moon Knight. Imagine he's in the Avengers film. People are going to be like, and they're already established because we've seen the TV show. So that, like you were saying with the animes, like, are the new Avengers film is going to be half an hour of reintroducing characters those who watched the TV show already seen the backstory to, or they just go in, expect, like, assuming everyone's seen everything, going in to these new movies with that casual fan going, who the hell are these people? Where's Hawkeye? Where's the Hulk? What's happening? Why is everyone being recast? What's going on? Like, that's the only problem we have.
The only one they did it good with so far was the Captain America, because they left it on, what was it, Endgame, where Sam was becoming Captain America, and then obviously the series was like him whether he wanted to become him, and then he does become him. Then obviously you don't have to watch the show, do you? Because you know he's going to become Captain America. It worked out well, but like you said, like with Moon Knight, because they've said they're going to have like Moon Knight coming into the movies. It's like, how are they going to introduce him in then? Is it going to, like, are they going to have like a short sequence beforehand, like relating to the TV shows? Or it would just be too confusing. But I suppose they just think everyone's watching everything now, don't they? It's like,
why do we? I don't think we don't need TV shows. I think they should have just got these could have just been films. Like Loki could have got his own film. Like, you know, tell about it, just tell it all at once. It means it'll save watching more 6 waiting every week for an episode just to find out. Or just like, I would seriously, why wait every week when they could just throw it all out? Then people can just like binge watch it. You know what I mean?
To keep people subscribed to Disney Plus, of course, so they don't have a 1 month subscription. They go for the year-long subscription. That's all what it is at the end of the day.
I get bored waiting a week.
We have Cobra Viper 999 here. Good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining, Cobra.
Hello.
Ryan, you've seen the story yet, bud?
Never run a story. Yes, I've seen that years ago.
I've never seen it. It's just been one childhood film I've never seen.
Like, what?
Hmm.
I was wondering, like, sure, it was a never-ending story. I think he told us, like, have I picked up never-ending story yet? Like, no, I haven't. I haven't even done a Blu-ray hunt, like, since. So, in my opinion, I just get bored doing Blu-ray hunts. I'd rather, like, I'll go out and pick my stuff up, and then I like to do reviews. I like to review films.
Yeah. James says, favorite orchestral score to a film.
I gotta say RoboCop.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Or Starship Troopers as well. It's pretty good for a few songs of that. But yeah, RoboCop's the better.
Oh, that is a hard one.
Mine's gonna be Dream Collapsing from Inception by Hans Zimmer. Like that with your headphones on full blast. It's like the only orchestra from a film that makes you feel like you're flying. Like close your eyes. It's amazing. That's my favorite. There's loads of others like the Imperial March from Star Wars and E.T. You know, all the classics. But, Dream Collapsing is my favorite.
I would say, in my opinion, is John Williams. No, not John Williams. I'm going to say Danny Elfman's. The Batman. The Batman intro.
Yeah.
Absolutely amazing.
Man, that's a classic.
His Spider-Man was great as well, though. The original Spider-Man one. That was brilliant.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, man. And John Williams.
That's my second, by the way.
I will also say John Williams Superman as well.
Ooh.
I think I'm glad I got that for like £2.
Oh, that's a good deal.
On Blu-ray as well.
That's very good.
Might as well get when the deals are on.
That's good. That is a good price for £2 for the film on Blu-ray. What about you, Andy?
I really enjoy Vangelis's theme to Blade Runner. Like, I know it's not like an orchestra, but it's more like synth. But it's just, I find it mesmerizing and really atmospheric. And I probably have to say Alan Silvestri for Back to the Future as well.
Hey.
Yeah.
That's awesome stuff.
For me, probably the main theme for Pirates of the Caribbean. I just love that theme song.
And again.
Yeah. Can't really think of anything else. Probably like the Indiana Jones theme.
Yeah.
The Spider-Man 2 opening theme a Spider-Man 2 opening theme has the best superhero music of all time, in my opinion, and the best opening credits to any film of all time because of all the hand-drawn scenes from the first one that was painted and it's sort of like the backstory of the previous film in such a good way.
Stand in Silence says, I like Elizabeth Olsen as Scarlet Witch, but I really don't like Mark Ruffalo. I think Elizabeth Olsen is great.
Ooh.
I agree.
Yeah. Chrissy says, has there been any more progress on the Aya cut? Anyone still looking forward to it?
I'm not even. It doesn't exist. Like,
it just keeps getting rumored, but nothing ever happens.
Like, what I'm going to say about it is that Warner Brothers said they're not going to release it. That's the thing. They won't release it. Like you had like bring us the Snyder Cut. We got the Snyder Cut eventually, but it took a couple of years just to get it. But I think I think nobody's not really bothered about Aya's cut, really.
Yeah.
I think the circumstances were different as well, weren't they? Because I mean, Zack Snyder, he had to leave because obviously he had a death in his family, didn't he, and stuff. And it's totally different circumstances. And like I said, I don't think anyone is like rallying behind to get that cut.
Yeah, exactly. Like
Plus with
Joss Whedon.
Oh, sorry, Ryan, cut you off.
I'm saying with like Joss Whedon, he was only supposed to finish the movie. That's all he's supposed to do. But I think the film was not finished. That's all he only had a couple of scenes to film. But due to Warner Brothers being absolute twats, they ended up reshooting the whole film with only a couple of scenes used by Zack Snyder in it.
Yeah.
And what they did, they basically just kept Zack Snyder's film like literally on the title, and everyone's just like blamed it on him. Well, no, it's not. It's not Zack Snyder's film. It's basically Joss Whedon's film, which he only just nicked a couple of scenes from. So basically, the 2017 is Joss Whedon's film called Justice League because it is because he's basically one of the most ignorant people in Hollywood.
Yeah.
Like what he does to the people on his sets, like treating people like shit.
Yeah.
Like that thing with Gal Gadot, like telling that to do a sex scene with the Flash.
Yeah, the pratfall scene.
Yeah. It's fucking awful, man.
It is.
It's like you don't see anything like that in like Zack Snyder's Justice League because it's more focused on the story by hand, and I think it was more well done because it includes Cyborg's story as well, because they expand more on that, and that's what was good. But with the Aya course, I'm not bothered. Like seriously.
Peter says, I thought Marsden was pretty good as Cyclops.
Looks wise, but he didn't get much to really do, did he, in the films? Just looked like Cyclops.
No, that's true.
No, he was just there.
And he got done like a chump in the third one.
Yeah.
Let's have a look. Oh. People talking. Peter also says, as much as I like Halle Berry, she was pretty pointless and wasted as Storm.
She had the worst line in superhero history as well. Remember, like, you know what happens to a frog if it gets struck by lightning? The same thing as everything else. And it's like, wow, that was terrible. Sorry, Ryan.
Maybe it's because I've read so many X-Men. Walk on Always Believe. Brett says, what's your favourite TV show? Mine's probably Waterloo Road.
It's a hard one.
I was going to say Doctor Who, but I'm not so much now.
No, let's get away from Doctor Who. When it comes to superhero shows, like, because I mostly watch DC's TV shows, like before the CW turned into total garbage. In my opinion, I'm gonna say Doom Patrol.
That's great.
Like, I absolutely adore it. I think it's like one of the original. Well, I wouldn't say original. That's what I think. It's like one of the most darkest shows you're going to see out there. It's just weird. That's what's so great. Like the first season, absolutely amazing. Like 15 episodes. Like the whole stories was like it was all spread out. Like every episode's different, And it introduced Alan Tudyk as Mr. Nobody. Or was it Mr. Nobody? Yeah, the one.
Yeah.
It was so well told. Like even season 2 was brilliant as well. Like with Dorothy's corridor and stuff. And then introducing the Candlemaker was brilliant. And then I finished season 3. Was like it was just basically season 3. In my opinion, if you have seen the first series,
I've seen 1 and 2.
Yeah, same.
Right. I'm gonna just tell you the third series is just basically a setup to like what's coming in season 4.
Cool.
Is it good though?
Yeah, it's good. It's got some interesting like stories and everything. But it's because they introduced like the Brotherhood of Evil. But like it's one of the it's just really like it doesn't really kick off until like episode 5. I'm just telling you. So it's mostly like a filler series.
Mm.
But I can see it's actually building up to a bigger event in season 4. Yeah,
I'm very intrigued by that.
it's still good though. You can't be too much roll. And I will also see Swamp Thing as well.
Yeah.
Just don't talk about Titans.
Titans.
Oh God, no.
Season 2 was shit, and then season 3 shit and all.
I thought they said the first season was pretty good. I remember a lot of people liked the first season.
The first season's brilliant, man. Like it worked so well with 11 episodes. It was built so well, and then they had that like big massive cliffhanger, and then season 2 just fucked it up. It turned into the CW into a soap opera. Well, anyway,
what about you, AP? What's your favourite TV show?
I'd say like Fringe. Fringe was pretty cool. Yeah, I really enjoyed that. Like this, it's like a sci-fi show. It's come out around the same time as when Lost come out. I think it was by like the same creators as well. And it's like very much like an X-Files type sort of show where they're doing all like fringe events. And it's like this secret sort of like an FBI agency where they do all like these weird events. But it run for I think it's like 5 seasons it had, and it was just such like an underrated show for the time. And it's like looking back at it now, like you can see how it's inspired like a lot like since like you look at like the Flash TV show and stuff like that, and other sci-fi properties and stuff. I just thought the cast was brilliant as well. I don't know if any of you have watched Fringe, but yeah, I thought it was brilliant. Great, had a great finish and ended. Sorry, you say have you seen it?
No, I've been told to watch it like loads of times. Like it's a good show.
Yeah, it's got some really good characters and good storylines and that. Well worth checking out.
Oh. I know that was around for quite a while. I've heard a lot of people talk about it, but never really got into it. Probably have to give that one a watch.
Yeah, it's good. It's a good show. If you like sci-fi, I'd definitely check it out.
Oh, I definitely will.
All right.
What about you, Andy?
My favorite TV show of all time is Batman animated series. I love it. Nearly 30 years later, it still holds up. Not one frame of that TV show has aged at all. It's brilliant. I absolutely love it. Even more so now as an adult than I did as a kid. Just think it's fantastic.
Great pick. What about you, Joe?
God, that's a hard question, because like, there's so many you could choose, like Game of Thrones until it went crazy at the end. Ruined it all. But I'd probably go down the same sort of width as Andy, like the original Fox Kids Spider-Man cartoon, animated Batman cartoon. That's what got me into superhero like films. Game and Lodge I have now, like basically like all those kind of TV anime. I watch a lot of anime as well. Dragon Ball Z, like one of my favorite TV shows, like of all times, because that was my whole childhood at school. Like from year 8 onwards, like it was the sagas. That was pretty much my whole time at secondary school was Dragon Ball Z. So I'd say a lot of like, and Justice League animated TV show was amazing. Underrated. So underrated that card. Like even Unlimited, which introduced even more. Yeah. That's what gave me the knowledge I have now. So I could say things like Doctor Who, like cartoon definitely.
Some really good picks there. To follow up Waterloo Road, Peter said Waterloo License song by ABBA. Fair enough. Edward said, what about State of Play? It was a TV show, then it was a movie. Never heard of it.
Yeah, I've heard of it. It's got John Cena in it. It's weird that get mentioned.
Lot of comments talking about. Peter says, I love the Buffy TV series, never seen the film. The film was quite a few years beforehand, weren't it? And I don't think it really has nothing to do with like the TV series, does it?
No. It came out like I think a year before. I think it was like the precursor to the TV series.
I don't mind the film though. I have a good time with it for what it is.
Yeah.
I've never seen the show.
It's actually a fun film. Like it's got some fun moments in it.
Yeah.
Peter says, is there a Secret Wars movie in the works?
You know,
Could be.
He also says the fog is pretty good. Sophie and Peter having a chat. Brett says, I have the BBC iCloud on PS4, but I prefer to watch things physically.
Yep.
Peter says, anyone else seen or love Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 2?
No,
I've seen a Garbage Day.
Yeah.
Never seen it.
It's a mental little film. One of the best scenes of all time.
Okay.
Just type in
Chrissy
garbage,
says,
and that's all you need to see.
I want it to have
garbage.
Yeah.
Oh,
there you go.
Yeah.
Is that the one you got from Amazon that had the really bad case?
It's the one I got from Amazon when it came through the door. My dog got on it. It's completely...
Oh no.
Oh.
The first one as well.
The first one's not too bad.
It's not too bad, but the second one, about 70% of that film is footage from the first one.
It's just a recap of the first one, isn't it?
Yeah. Chrissy said, since you hate Katie, then Jason Statham is the new Doctor Who.
Oh my god. What? I'm the doctor. Can you imagine, imagine if Jason Statham was the doctor, but like, we should change the colour. Why? It's tip top. I just don't like the colour. You like dogs?
Yeah, man.
Brett says, I like Julie Walters in Billy Elliot and Personal Services.
She was in Harry Potter as well.
I think she was in
we
Brooklyn.
have Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Ooh.
That one with Saoirse Ronan. I think it came out in 2015.
That film? I didn't know she was in that. Ooh.
Yeah, I think she was in it, yeah.
The Dutch film buff is here. Hey guys, dropping in late, but I think I've just subbed to Andy channel and noticed he has a knack for 80s teen films. That is cool. What is your favourite underrated 80s teen flick?
Last American Virgin. What a fucking ending that film has got. Absolutely brilliant. I love that film. So good. The last 10 minutes of that film. Fantastic.
Anybody else got one? I really haven't, because I haven't really seen many 80s teen flicks. Only really one I've seen is like Ferris Bueller's. That's all I've seen.
If we're talking about
like Teen Wolf as well. Like Teen Wolf's not like, when you think like Michael J. Fox, you always think Back to the Future, but Teen Wolf's a pretty decent movie, isn't it? That movie, I like
Teen
that.
Wolf's. Teen Wolf's good, yeah.
Let's see if this is an 80s one. Oh yeah, okay, this is one. Let's look up the year. April Fool's Day is a really underrated horror film. I watched like randomly on like 3 a.m. back when I was like 13, and it's really good. It's like a decent like horror, good little twist at the end. That's underrated.
Oh, cool. What about you, Ryan?
I thought you see me right. I don't really know, because like I mostly watch like horror, that kind of stuff, like action. Like I do watch like the classic like 80s like dramas. It's just depending like what it is, but like the only reason one I've really seen it was The Breakfast Club.
Yeah.
So like that's the way I would say.
Did you like it?
Yeah, it's a good film. Like it's like it brings like more of a soft feeling, like the spacey kids like not in the trouble and stuff.
Yeah.
Like and basically come out together as friends. Like it's amazing. But like I'm mostly into, like the horrors and that.
I've never seen The Breakfast Club.
It's a good film.
Yeah, very good. Yeah, I'm almost fire as well. That's a good one.
John says Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 2 is a masterpiece. I love it. Fort on the Page Master.
But yeah, that
Never
goes back.
seen it.
That goes back.
Never seen it.
It's got some good animation in it.
Yeah, it's Macaulay Culkin, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Oh, what, that film? No, I've never seen that.
Yeah, I watched that. That used to be on the telly all the time. It's a really good animation flick. Before he went away and started he wasn't really doing much. Because let's see Macaulay Culkin, he's went down a dark route. Like he's been on the drugs and the drink. But you should have seen the state of him like before he was in like some sketch on YouTube. He like returned his account and so right. And literally, he looked like a bloody hippie. Like seriously, he was all like messed up and everything. It's like, what the fuck happened to him?
Yeah.
Drugs and and he was in and I think he ended up being in a band all about pizza.
All right.
He used to date Mila Kunis, didn't he?
Yeah, that's what I thought.
That's insane to me.
Yeah.
I don't know who he's dating now, bro.
You're so right, Garbage Days.
It's the best
Garbage
scene.
Day.
There we go. See? Garbage Day.
His eyebrows as well. Like
Yeah,
more
Garbage Day.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Oh,
the best
comments
line.
have gone all weird.
His eyebrows. Do a shot every time he raises his eyebrows.
Yeah.
He dead with alcohol poisoning by about 5 minutes in.
Yeah.
Pete says the insanely funny Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 2 is possibly the most absurd and ridiculous horror film I've ever seen. Was banned.
I never knew it was banned. It's hilarious to me.
Yeah.
Basically, like half the film is basically just a reuse of the first film.
Yeah.
Good. See, it's become viral, guys. Garbage Day.
Garbage Day. Garbage Day.
That's what I'm going to shout on Monday when they come round at 7 o'clock in the morning. Garbage Day!
Well, tomorrow's Garbage Day, so I'll probably shout that out.
Recycling Day.
Yeah.
Brett says the score I like is in the picture The Untouchables with Sean Connery. The track is called The Strength of the Righteous. Has been a huge classical music fan. There's so many scores I'd love to recommend. It's a good film, that is. I watched that recently. Really enjoyed it.
Movie.
Yeah, it's a quality film.
Silence of the Lambs has got a really good score as well. That's the thing about with films that came out in the early 90s. Like, they get overlooked so badly. You know what I mean? Like, these days, so many like classics. I don't really talk. Like 93, what a year that was for films.
Oh, I know. 93 was just huge. I love 93. Oh, what a film.
Where you're like Shawshank, like Jurassic Park. I think you had like Pulp Fiction and a bunch of others all came out in the same year. Like all bona fide classics all in one go. Mental.
Yeah.
David Beach is here. Hi guys. Do you think this movie will be any good? Lightyear.
Buzz Lightyear. What is it?
So unnecessary. He looks like a nightmare. Honestly, it looks like Uncanny Valley kind of ish. You know what I mean? It seems weird. As a toy in Toy Story, it looks fine, but as a character, he looks weird. Like It's like when you see people on like Tumblr or Pinterest, they do the like realistic versions of Pokemon.
Yeah.
And what would Pokemon look like in real life? That's what it looks like in this film to me, like a weird version of that.
It was a good trailer, though. I thought the trailer was pretty decent.
It could be good.
The trailer was all right.
Would you have liked to have seen a Woody spin-off or a Buzz Lightyear?
Woody's Roundup.
Yeah.
The thing is, then they'll do a crossover movie with them two. Then they'll build a Toy Story universe that's like away from Toy Story. Do you know what I mean? It'd be really weird.
Yeah.
I think they did it for Chucky as well.
What did you say?
They did it with Chucky as well. Like you know what? Like when the 2019 version of Chucky came out, there was like advert, and one of them was like one of them was actually Woody. Basically,
Really?
that's just torn off. Like it was his heart, and Chucky's just basically holding the Chucky figure. It's like, what the hell? God's sake! Like it's just, now they're just like tearing apart toys.
What do you think about Lightyear, Andy?
It's one of those ones I want it to be good. I hope it is, but Pixar to me it's very hit and miss now. Pixar, like when Pixar first started, it was a film like every 3-4 years, and the films they were making, taking the time to make, were excellent. Now it's very hit and miss. It's very like that was underwhelming or that was really good. Because I think they did 2 in 2015 with Inside Out and The Good Dinosaur, and you could tell which film got more attention. Inside Out was by far the superior film, whereas The Good Dinosaur looked good, but it lacked something in the story. But I think they need to go back to like one film every couple of years, have it be a special thing.
Yeah, because this year there's been quite a few, isn't there, Pixar stuff? Because you had Luca, then you had Soul, and I'm pretty certain you had something else.
It was great. The last good one for me was Coco. That was like the last best.
Coco was fantastic, yeah.
Oh, I've never seen Coco.
Just bring tissues. That's what I'm going to say.
Cobra says Twin Peaks is my favourite TV show. Having to wait over 25 years for season 3 was tough though.
Never seen it.
Never seen it either.
Only just started.
I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
What do you think so far, Andy?
I'm enjoying it. Yeah, it's pretty good. I like David Lynch's stuff anyway. I've seen all his films apart from the Twin Peaks stuff.
David said, "What is your favourite Disney movie and what is your favourite Pixar movie?"
Difficult one, that one.
I'm going to say Toy Story 2 and Lilo and Stitch.
Yeah, Toy Story 2 for me, Pixar. It's my favourite Pixar movie ever. I could be really bland and say something like The Lion King for Disney, but I'm going to say Emperor's New Groove because that film really makes me laugh.
That is a good, fun film.
Yeah.
There's so many good ones. It's too many good ones. I'll pick one out of the box. I like Hercules. You know what I mean? Just because you remember that you must have had the PlayStation 1 demo. You played the first level of Hercules. But I'd say Hercules picks up probably Toy Story 1 or probably Toy Story 1 because I think I was in year 5 when it came out, and it was good times.
Yeah.
The Mega Drive game.
Oh yeah. What about you, Ryan?
Ooh. What is your favorite Disney movie and what is your favorite Pixar movie? Shit. Too many. Like when it comes to Disney, it's rare when I watch just normal Disney films now, because they're mostly live action or like. I'm gonna say, oh man,
they're actually making a Hercules live action film now. That's been announced. And Danny DeVito is playing the same character he played in the original.
That's great. I don't know, like, but I know about Pixar, but Disney film, it's too hard. Like seriously, there's too many.
Because you could break up into sections, couldn't you? Because you could talk like early Disney, like Snow White, Cinderella, Sleeping Beauty, Dumbo, and then you got like more of the Sword and the Stone, that kind of like era. Then you got modern day ones like Aladdin, Beauty and the Beast, Lion King. So you could break up into different sections. Too hard really to answer one.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm just gonna leave the favorite Disney one because I don't know because there's too many good ones. With the Pixar film, I'm going to say I've got about 3.
Yeah.
Original, I'm going to say Toy Story 2, absolutely amazing. I'm going to say Ratatouille.
Cool.
Love Ratatouille.
Good film.
And oh man, what was it? Ooh. A Bug's Life.
Yeah. Such an underrated film.
Yeah.
Oh, so underrated.
Yeah, really enjoyed that as a kid. Good film.
Yeah.
I love the bit in Bug's Life when at the beginning when they're all marching and then a leaf falls in between them. They go, "We're lost."
What about you, AP?
I'd probably say for Disney, it's got to be either The Lion King or Aladdin. I'd probably lean towards the original Lion King. I just loved the music in that and the story. It was just so fun to watch. And then just like memories with watching that as a kid, it was just always fun memories. But I'd say Pixar, like Toy Story was great. But I mean, was Up? That was a Pixar one, wasn't it? I think that was brilliant. I remember like someone recommended that a few years back, and I watched it, and it was great. The story was just fantastic, and just like great animation as always, and the music as well. It was the music, like it was Michael. I think it was Michael Giacchino did that one, and it just all fitted in really well, and the characters were great, and just a really nice story to watch.
Yeah, pretty sad as well. That part.
Yeah,
the first 10 minutes of it. Oh man.
Oh yeah, the intro.
That's where the music comes in as well. Where you're saying the music plays really well into that.
Well, that's a really good film. I like that one.
And Doug, my favorite character of all time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What was that joke Doug said? Like, I'm going to tell you a joke. One day a squirrel went into a tree and died.
We have Keith from the Euphoria Pictures here. Hello to everyone tonight. I'm sorry I'm so late getting to the stream. How's everyone doing? Great to see Joe on your stream, Pete. Thanks for watching, Keith.
Thanks.
Keith. Hope you're doing well, mate.
Having a very good time.
It's 11 o'clock.
Oh my, it is 11 o'clock.
Time flies when you're having fun.
Brett says, I've been sorting out my collection for 3 days, still not finished, moving stuff around, want to look right. Made 2 new genres, Christmas including Xmas horror as well as horror comedy. Nice.
Horror-y.
Cool.
Peter says, I'm going to try and pick up the Arrow release of The Last American Virgin.
Yeah, it's out of print. You can only get a Spanish copy of it now, I think. But the Arrow, to buy the Arrow sealed, I think it's about £100.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Playtendoguy, you can't even get a copy of Night of the Comet, brand new. That's out of print as well. It's the same with Dawn of the Dead.
The Dutch film buff says about Lemon Popsicle, which the film was originally based on.
Yeah, it's The Last American Virgin's a remake of Lemon Popsicle. I think Lemon Popsicle's more like 50s, His Last American Virgin set in the 80s, but they are beat for beat pretty much the same movie. But I just enjoyed Last American Virgin a lot more. It's got a great soundtrack to it, like REO Speedwagon and Journey. It's a fantastic little film, but the ending to it is the saving grace. Like the ending to it is phenomenal. It's one of the best endings I've seen in a film ever. I think just rip your heart out of your arsehole. That film, it's brutal. The ending's so brutal. But it's real and it feels very realistic. But I absolutely love it. It's a fantastic little film.
The DVD from Film Bloke says Silent Night, Deadly Night 2 was banned in the UK upon its submission to BBFC in the 80s as the company refused to cut it to get an 18 rating. It wasn't until last year it was passed uncut.
Man, so stupid. There's way worse films than that.
Yeah.
Chrissy says, any of you want to have a burning party of physical copies of the new Charlie's Angels film?
That was an abomination, that film.
I haven't seen it, but the trailers look pretty awful.
I watched like 10 minutes and I just gave up on life and left. I just couldn't be done with it.
Untouchables indeed had a great soundtrack and score. Yeah. John says the theme to The Cook, the Thief, His Wife and Her Lover is an amazing track.
Love that film. Great little film.
Yeah. David said, my favourite programme is Only Fools and Horses and Knight Rider as well as the A-Team.
Great picks.
The funny thing with Only Fools and Horses is they watch a lot of it in Greece. And that's how they learn English. They watch a lot of British sitcoms. And when I went to Iron Apple, like when I was like 21, and we were on this like boat trip, and the guy was speaking Greek. He was like speaking really fast. My friends are like half Cypriot, half English, and they were like, "What the hell is this guy talking about?" And he was like, "Yeah, lovely jubbly," and that's why I was like, "What?" and all you could hear was a lot of really fast-spoken Greek with like Only Fools quotes thrown in.
Yeah,
and it was like really random, really random.
Oh man.
Back in that one.
Peter says Airwolf is pretty good too. Wear my Airwolf t-shirt now. Never seen Airwolf. Was that an 80s TV show?
It was the helicopter program, wasn't it? Those no, was it the helicopter? Yeah,
I think it was, wasn't it?
Yeah, it had a great soundtrack. Great soundtrack. 80s had the best soundtracks. Let's be honest.
Yeah, 80s always have done. Brett says, have you seen the trailer for Black Friday? It looks awesome. Is this the one with Bruce Campbell?
Yeah, it is.
That looked quite fun, actually.
Not Glenn Campbell.
Oh man. It looks interesting. Bruce Campbell is just going to be poised to steal the show anyway. Like he always does. Like if you ever saw like oh, My Name is Bruce. The only best thing.
Oh, don't talk about that film. That's rubbish. My name is Bruce.
The only good thing about My Name is Bruce, right, is basically Bruce Campbell himself.
Yeah, you're right. He probably might not even be in this Black Friday film a lot. He'll probably only be in it for about 5 minutes.
I hope not.
I hope not, but I don't know.
Ages ago, wasn't there, called Jack of All Trades? I think it had Bruce Campbell in. It's meant to have like one of the best intros ever to a TV show. I've never seen it.
Oh,
yeah.
What was that film he was in? Was it Baba Hotep?
Baba Hotep.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That was odd. We watched. Yeah.
It's odd, but like it's just one of those films like I can literally just rewatch because it's just like I think it's like one of I'm going to say Bruce Campbell's brilliant performances as Elvis. Just like it works so well, and, like him as an old man, like people like just not believing him. Like he is like Elvis, but they just call him Sebastian Hall. It's just like it fits so well. I think he was amazing in it.
Yeah,
he is.
Peter says Macaulay Culkin was also in the music video for Sonic Youth's song Sunday. Great track.
Don't know it.
No, I don't.
No, I've never really listened to no Sonic Youth. Luke says, what's that one movie that left you wanting more after you finished watching it, guys, and why you love it so much? I know there was a film that recently left me wanting more, and that was the Monster Hunter movie.
Oh, God.
The ending of it, and then it just ended. I'm like, oh.
I'll probably say Dark Knight because I wanted more Heath Ledger. I could have watched another hour of that guy. Just the Joker.
That's a good pick.
It's a good question.
Did anyone watch the John Carter movie a few years back? Anyone like that?
Oh, what, the Disney one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you like it?
I haven't seen it, but I've heard a lot of positive things.
That was good. I mean, talking about movies, wanting more, I would have loved to have seen a sequel to that one. Definitely. I think that would have been good. It was a great sci-fi movie. That. It's a shame.
You don't see much of him anymore, do you? The guy, the main character,
No.
Yeah, wasn't he in the X-Men ones as Gambit? Yeah.
And he was
the
in
X-Men Origins. Oh, was that with Rihanna?
That was probably the worst film I've ever seen in the cinema in my entire life. Battleship, awful, made no sense. Like an alien can walk down some steps normally, like we do, and he can bend this steel in a ship, but with every step he takes, he bends. But he kicks someone in a fight in a leg, and nothing happens. You know what I mean? So walking down the stairs, still bending, kicking man full force in the leg. His leg should fly off his body, but it's such a stupid film. Painful.
What about you, Andy?
That's a tough one. Probably another film with an absolutely amazing performance in it that I wanted to see more of. Probably Ben Kingsley in Sexy Beast.
Oh, yeah.
He was terrifying in that film. It was phenomenal.
He was brilliant. One of his best roles.
Yeah. So you can't picture that guy playing Don Logan and playing Andy. They're just like the two most polar opposite characters ever.
Or Trevor in Shang-Chi.
What's that?
Yeah. Or Trevor in Shang-Chi.
Yeah. He's like somewhere in the middle. Yeah. Yeah.
What about you, Ryan?
Ooh. It's a hard question.
It is.
Yeah, I don't really know, really. But I don't know.
Right. We've got John here. He says, okay, guys, I'm going to make like Tony Bello and hit the hay. Great stream. Really enjoyed it, and I'll watch the rest on catch up. Thank you, John.
Thanks, John.
Yeah. The DVD from Phone Bloke is now off to bed, so good night to him. Thanks for watching, mate.
Night.
Cobra got the 4K of Arrow of Old Boy today, and the transfer is excellent. That's good. I got the Blu-ray. That's really good as well. Airwolf was a helicopter show. Blue Thunder was another one, and that one was also a movie. I've never heard of Blue Thunder.
Yeah, Blue Thunder.
It's
a pretty good film. It's got Roy Scheider in it from Jaws.
Oh, cool.
That's it.
And then Daniel Stern from Home Alone, and Malcolm McDowell plays the villain. Really good little 80s action film. It's quite good.
Cool.
Yeah.
Shut out.
Yeah.
Blue Thunder.
Brett says the only thing I don't like about pictures here in the UK, while the UK really is a ton of stuff is cut. I agree, some stuff should be cut, but some stuff shouldn't. Peter says, yeah, but Airwolf was a sort of one-of-a-kind super weapon and not just a helicopter.
Oh dear, it's going to kick off now.
I agree. That's why I own a Dutch DVD of Cannibal Holocaust. We're old enough to censor ourselves.
So I can't watch that. I could probably watch a censored one, but I can't watch the full-fledged like animals getting ripped to pieces in real life part.
Yeah.
How bad that?
I've seen the sea turtle scene in it, and I couldn't.
Yeah.
No.
I don't even see that, or like just imagine it.
It's really nasty. There's just no need for it whatsoever. It was just horrible.
Yeah, at least like no one's not going to watch a Serbian film.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I've heard of that, and I know what happens. I'm never going near that film.
Right.
Yeah.
Never touching it. Read what happens.
No.
It's horrible.
No, I think Peter bought it the other week, didn't he? Stand in Silence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like tell you just get rid of it.
Yeah.
He also said that it had a great theme song. I gather that's Blue Thunder.
What in Cannibal Holocaust?
Blue Thunder is about an assault helicopter.
Yeah.
Peter says, Dutch film buff, I'm not cool with cruelty to animals. Don't want that garbage in my collection. Totally.
Yeah.
Very good.
David says, I have the A-Team on DVD, only be better on Blu-ray as the better picture quality. Yep. Peter says, yes, I know the Arrow release of The Last American Virgin is out of print and expensive, but I'll try and get it. Might be able to find it cheaper here in Sweden than what I goes for in the UK.
Yeah, I know there's a Spanish release of it. I know JT at the movies picked it up.
Did he?
But yeah, if you can get hold of it, I fully recommend watching it because it's fantastic. The actors are quite silly, what you'd expect from a sex teen comedy, but the movie really tightens up in its third act, and it's just one of the best endings I've ever seen. It's amazing. Yeah.
Yeah. You've talked about it a lot, and it's really intrigued me to watch it.
It's really difficult to talk about it because the ending is so impactful, and I've never seen a film do what it does in the end. The way it ends, it pulls the rug from under you. I said it's like walking into a glass door and you don't see the glass door. It just knocks you completely out. It's really difficult to talk about if you've not seen it, but I recommend checking out if you've not seen it. I just think that third act is fantastic. It's amazing. Yeah.
Cool.
Where's my pen?
The Dutch film buff says, I'm not cool with cruelty to animals, but 40 years ago they had other morals, and most of us eat meat. I once worked in a chicken farm and saw animal cruelty every day.
Yeah.
But Pete says, I don't want that garbage on my shelf. Totally.
Yeah.
David said, I had Night Ride on DVD, but there's a Blu-ray upgrade. Is it any better? I don't know. We've got Peter Blu-ray Bullet Brit here. Christ, there I was trawling the net and I arrive on you ugly buggers. Howdy, fellas. Thanks for watching, Pete. Cobra says, I've seen a Serbian film. Definitely won't watch it again.
No,
Nah, it's horrible. I've seen like YouTubers like do like breakdowns of the story, and I like didn't know what it was about. And then when it got to that end, I was like, it's horrifying to think about, like that ending. Like, what kind of person would sit down, write that, and think, I'm gonna make this into something? That's someone very wrong in the head.
Yeah, I would
I've never heard of it, to be honest with you.
Don't even look into it. It's like
is it bad?
Yeah, disturbing. It's crap.
Yeah, I read the wiki and definitely wouldn't want to watch it.
Disgraceful.
Luke says, anyone been getting any 4Ks on that 2 for 24 offer? I got Cruella and Speed, but never really watched Speed all the way through. I've only ever seen bits on TV. Oh, Speed's fantastic.
Oh, fucking hell,
Speed's
yeah.
a classic.
Yeah.
Mm.
Amazing. But you
Just don't bother with the sequel.
yeah.
Oh, fucking
God.
God, so
Oh.
The best thing about the sequel is Willem Dafoe, though. Like, he's having a good time. Yeah.
Ooh, and the final comment of the night is from Brett, and he says that there's a great horror called Seed, but please don't watch 5 minutes. I was disgusted. I cried. It is gross. Skip the first 5 minutes. I'm surprised it wasn't cut over here.
Never heard of it.
Yeah, I've never heard of it.
Seed. Never heard of it.
No. And the Dutch film bloke says something about a film called Martyrs.
Matthias.
Matthias. Is it?
Matthias or Matthias, yeah. Yeah, that's it. That's it. It's meant to be a really good. Is it Swedish? I think.
Is it?
I think it's Swedish or it's Danish. I don't know.
No, I've never heard of it before. Have any of you else heard of it?
No, I've never heard of it.
No. Right. And we are at the end of the comments, and it is, nearly 11:30. So, shall we finish it up for tonight, Anne?
That zoomed by that time.
Yeah, I can't believe it. 3 hours and 40 odd minutes.
Yeah.
It's just really gone by. But yeah, it's been an absolute pleasure to have both of you guys on tonight. Really glad to have you on here.
Thanks for having us on.
Yep. We've just literally had hordes of comments now as we're just about to finish. Pete says the Serbian film was just made to specifically piss off the censors. That Martyrs is a French film. It hits hard. Just don't watch the American remake. Remade in America, and it's French. But yeah, well, I think.
Well,
well, a StreamYard saying that we've been on for too long. But yeah, thank you ever so much for watching at home. Thank you ever so much, AP Stevens and Joe, for coming onto the stream. Definitely will be asking you guys to come on again. And thank you, as always, for Ryan and Andy for joining as well.
Why?
Been a great show.
Yep.
Yeah.
So join us next week on Wednesday night at 7:30, where we'll be joined by Carlini09 as well as John from Mondo Chellebeck Movies. So until next time, bye.
Bye.
See you later.
Bye.